my name is Weston Covey. Welcome to Covey Surplus. This is the second episode of Asbesties. Already fumbling. This is going to be a great episode. So, first thing you got to know, we actually recorded this a few weeks ago, and then the ever genius I am fucked up the audio. So the entire clip was just basically useless, and it was hilarious. We're talking about Cannible Hamsters, really bad examples of people hurting themselves in their house, military surplus, what it's like to run a business in Canada, Canadian surplus, laws like that. It was really fun. And then it just all got fucked. So this is our second attempt. Here eventually at some point Saluc Militaria will be joining us and just chatting with us for a bit. But let's just go ahead and start with the intros. First off, everybody knows I'm Weston Covey. I own Covey Surplus in Nevada, Missouri. But let's go ahead and let the guest of honor, Misty Mountain Supply, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay,
Again.
I'm Misty. I run Misty Mountain Supply in Canada. We're an online surplus store in Canada. And you should definitely check us out and spend a lot of money at our store. Within reason.
What sort of items do you carry, Misty?
We carry lots of different stuff. One thing I'm excited, I brought it because I wanted to show it off. So, sometimes the SERP is so good, and it's best to not ask too many questions. And so don't ask too many questions, and just observe. We have 2022 Russian 24-hour MREs coming back to the store soon. We have 2022, I guess this is upside down, produced, well, still upside down, Spec Pit, which is the Special Forces, the Russian Marines, the FSB, they get issued these ones. They're like the Gucci, delicious ones. We have these coming back. Lots of new Russian stuff, lots of Cold War gear. Mostly focus on usable stuff versus like collectible militaria.
So those listening who didn't quite catch that, Misty Mountain Supply actually has MREs for the Russian military and the Russian Special Forces that were produced in this year. So they are fresh, they are brand new. During the middle of the Ukrainian conflict, somehow this beast of a guy got this stuff. So check him out. Actually, he is helping hook up a couple of us Americans get this, but it'll still probably be a few months out, especially for me. So if you want them today, check him out. They're great. Honestly, I need to buy a couple for myself because, man, I just need to taste some Soviet stuff. Do they have vodka? That's the first thing I need to know. Do they have any vodka?
There is no vodka, unfortunately, but there is delicious black tea that, like, honestly, a lot of MRE drinks are, like, a little bit questionable. I would drink that any day. It's delicious.
Yeah. What are you selling them for?
Well, they are going... There's going to be a sale for these ones. There's a sponsored video that'll be coming out hopefully this weekend. I'm not sure when this will go up, but if it's soon, today is July 28th, so hopefully in a couple days these will be up. And if you go watch Oxide on YouTube, his video, there'll be a promo code to get a discount.
I'll put a link down to my video for him too, so you can go check him out. So.
Thanks. Yeah, and the single meal ones will be $35 Canadian. They are really hard to get here.
That's like 20.
But we do flat rate shipping, so get 100 of them.
Jesus, like $35 Canadian? It's like what, $28-$30 US?
Yeah, probably about 27.
That's honestly that's cheaper.
US dollar, it's like $1.28, $1.25 Canadian, I believe.
It's 75 cents for every Canadian dollar. That's cheaper than some American MREs, and you're getting the Russian stuff produced this fucking year. That's a fantastic price, dude. Holy shit!
And surprisingly good. I've tried many Russian MREs. When I do sort of my in the woods LARPing, like recently I did like a 3-day trip in the woods. I ate nothing but the MREs, and I was eating the older generation of them, which aren't as good. I was happy.
How is your shits?
I didn't get the problems you get with MREs usually. Those didn't afflict me. So they actually taste like real food, which is kind of amazing because I find like a lot of NATO ones, you eat them long enough, they just taste like chemicals and tomato sauce. And these actually taste like real food.
Yeah. So that's very cool. He has lots of Cold War gear. Everything from Soviet, not so much Soviet, but he does still have some pretty cool Soviet stuff, some East German stuff. I noticed you have lots of modern Russian stuff, which is great because that's not as well seen on the surplus market. It's more the collectibles. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
You do carry lots of U.S. stuff. I kind of help with that.
Yes. Thank you very much. You're on my side on my screen over here.
Okay,
so
you're over here on me. So
I'm gonna I'm gonna rub the side of your head affectionately.
Okay,
That's-
we're gonna stop.
Yeah, no, I got some great stuff from you. And actually, this balaclava, this helmet, these goggles are all things that have been on the store before. This shirt too. We got lots of strict turn in stock.
So if you guys like the sort of stuff I sell, check him out. Yes, it is Canadian. Shipping prices will suck. We're gonna talk about that later. But still, his prices are fairly reasonable and sometimes unbeatable, especially on those MREs. Holy fuck! But let's go ahead and actually talk about our other guest, Hayden. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I am a surplus addict.
Yes.
That's pretty much it.
He is my resident loot goblin who is always in the checkout on my website. He is actually the guy who has spent the most amount of money from my business, excluding wholesale deals, which actually he's even beat my wholesale deals. So he's bought he has an amazing collection. Not everything's just for me, but he does have an amazing collection. He's in our Discord all the time. You should definitely check him out. But he's just here to chat it up with us because I just like him. I like talking to people. It's kind of my issue.
We like you, Hayden. We love you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we did try to test his camera. It did not work. So you're going to have to look at his lovely crab cowboy picture. So.
Honestly, I think the crab is way more, visually appealing anyway. Let's be honest.
I don't know. You had a pretty good stash.
The crab doesn't have the porn stash.
I had the porn stash.
Maybe next time you join us on the podcast, you will actually have a camera. So.
Maybe. Hope.
Or you could Photoshop the mustache onto the crab. That would work too.
All right. Oh,
Hey.
perfect timing. We were just finishing up with the last introduction. So here is Saluc Militaria. He was on our last podcast. Saluc, if you want to go ahead and do an introduction for yourself.
Hi, I'm Saluc Militaria. I got a cookie from KFC.
Is it still soft or is it hard?
It's
Yeah.
soft.
Is it hard?
Ooh,
What's
the
soft?
soft
Oh,
ones.
do they beat Subway cookies?
No,
Yeah.
they did.
Do you beat it? Do you beat it? And then is it hard?
This guy over here, who looks like an evil cat with laser eyes, he is Saluc Military. He sells gas masks, and he is starting to get more into surplus. But if you want a gas mask, of even collectibles or ones of use, he is probably the #1 seller in the United States for cheap. Almost every single one I've gotten from him. So he was on our last podcast. So yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get on to our next segment so we can just get rolling. What is the newest item in you guys' collection?
Sure. Okay. Well, I grabbed that too. I got it from Covey. I bought a big bunch of American gear that it's interesting. We love the American gear here in Canada because we're not American. And the Americans have shit tons of it, and they're like, no, that's fine. That's enough."
I'm not gonna lie. Every time I sell everything I have to you, I immediately have 5 customers ask questions about where it went, but it wouldn't sell for like 3 fucking years. So I'm like, I'm just gonna get rid of it. I mean, it's not my forte. I'm not selling it very well. It's going very well in Canada, and we can do a bulk price where I make money, he makes money, and everybody's happy. So why not?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly. So I got a bunch of stuff from our good friend Covey here, including this A2 deck jacket, this 1960s olive green fleece or like a wool-lined jacket for personnel on the deck in the United States Navy.
Yeah, at first
And
we weren't sure what
is-
it was. I thought it was a tanker uniform for an M65 model, but I'm not very much in the US stuff, so I'm like, here, just take it, just be gone with it.
Yeah, and now it's my favorite jacket. I mean, the drip. The
Oh, yeah.
drip. I
It
feel
fits
so
you
out
so
when I say that. It's
perfectly.
unbeatable.
It fits you so
Yeah.
perfectly. So
It makes me look a lot cooler than I am, and it's so comfortable.
it'll be nice in the winter, I bet.
So, yeah, don't discount the old surplus, man. It's wicked.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
I'm
wicked.
trying to remember the last thing I bought. Oh.
It doesn't have to be from me, Hayden. By the way, when we recorded this before, you were
I'm
talking
trying
about
to
the
remember
dongs.
what I bought.
Last thing you were talking about
Oh
first
yeah,
time
I
was
think
the
the last
dongs.
time it didn't.
Yeah, talk about Misty's dong.
Oh yeah, I did buy a nice Romanian dog from Misty.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to remember because I think I bought something else.
You did,
Oh,
but
the N51 jacket from UCovey.
M50.
I think that was the last thing I received.
Well, you bought some other stuff, but it hasn't gotten to you yet because I shipped it yesterday.
Yeah, I'm not gonna count that though.
Yeah, we're not gonna count that.
I'm gonna count this nice, sexy M51 jacket.
Yeah, That was
something to be said about the old
You guys
stuff,
see
man.
some
The
Thing is,
classics.
I
but-
sent him a OG 107 uniform and it had patches on it, and I had 2 of the same uniforms and 1 jacket, all the same patches. I think I accidentally sold the other one to a random bundle, so I'm like, hey, I don't even want to list this jacket. I'm just gonna send it to you in your next random bundle because he buys random bundles from me all the time, and it matches his shirt. So I try to keep collections together. Saluc, we'll talk about either your newest collectible that you got or newest item in your store, because I know you got some interesting gas masks I've been kind of wanting to steal really fucking bad.
I got a couple Z56 and M65,
Yeah.
but in that shipment,
Nice.
I believe this is a hour something something something. I haven't put any effort into looking for it, but it's a hour. I got this and a bright orange chem suit, and then like some chem gloves that I don't have right now because I'm moving.
But yeah,
This
how
is
is the
my-
moving going, by the way?
This is my shit. I'm in the garage.
Is that your old garage or is that your new garage?
This is my new garage. I got kits here. It's got like my black and my Russian and then like all the other stuff. I got this car seat that the other tenants left. I got all sorts of cool stuff. But I got this from Brad. I didn't buy it. He sent it for free because Brad's really cool.
Yeah, actually, I was talking to one of our residents, Warden, about trying to contact Brad because it sounds like he's got cool stuff that I want. So I actually been trying to find his contact information really bad all day today. I probably should have messaged you.
Or yeah, you can message. He's on Discord. It came with this carrying case thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a hard plastic
Yeah, that's a really
thing.
interesting.
It's really cool.
I've never seen one of those masks, so that's interesting. I like to see what it is.
Yeah.
When you get it figured
I
out,
was
you should
actually
definitely
just
make a
scrolling
video.
through your site.
But those
I love
Z56s,
that.
the East German gas mask, I want one so damn bad. But honestly, I don't
I
have
like
the extra capital.
sticks.
I don't have the extra capital right now. I need to grab those extra parts and see if we can figure up a trade.
Oh, you mean the white one?
Yeah.
I got a mirror. Yeah, those. One thing I have to say about those is that they are very fragile because they're old.
Oh yeah, I'm not wearing
And very soft rubber. I
They're
had
going
a friend
in-
to break
they're gonna
my
go in that.
personal collection
it,
one.
so that's what they're gonna do. I'm gonna
Hmm.
see if I can fix it in that. So
Dude, that would be dope.
yeah, I don't know. I might have to get a bigger case. Anyway, we did skip over my newest item. I've got. This is actually not something from my personal collection. This is something that's in my store and actually for sale. So I mean, it's a little bit of a self promotion, but I think it's one of the interestingest things I've got. I actually got a huge bundle of East German uniforms, not just the normal ones I have like these, which I did restock these today. So if you've actually been wanting to piece together your own uniform, you can buy it, and if you even want me to put the pieces together, you can contact me. But I actually got a handful of original uniforms with all the original stuff on them. I got 2 Fallschirmjäger paratroopers, which are the nicest ones there. I got a tankers,
Wow.
an actual NVA, so it's the same as this, but it's all the medals indicate that he was a tanker master's first class, so he was a tank driver. He worked in tanks. I don't know if he was a driver or a gunner.
That's dope.
He has the marksman class 1 for the tanker, so he might have been a shooter. I don't know. I got a Zoll customs official uniform. I got a trans police set. A couple other things. Those uniforms are really nice. I need to do a better video on all of them. I did one today about the Zoll police the customs guard, the prison guard. They do all of them. That's basically what's in my collection. I'm getting a box tomorrow, and it's the last box from my current shipment. But my wholesaler Sturm actually said, "Hey, we were walking around the warehouse and we found these posters. And now these are produced by Sturm. So these are they are from the original company in Germany, and this is like back in the 80s. They had they're all like posters showing off their employees wearing East German uniforms, but they're all 80s. So there's like old cars in them. They're all like
That's
drippy
dope.
80 East German, and I think I got like 9 of them or something like that. And I'm
That's
gonna put
cool
it,
as shit.
and this is like Sturm, and they're all, and you can tell it's like all in Germany because of the vehicles they have, but it's all 80s East German drip, and it's freaking awesome. It may be 90s, but it looks 80s to me. So I'm gonna put them up in my storefront if I can find the fucking wall space. So that's actually really cool. I'm keeping those. I'm not gonna sell them. I probably should have just gone with those instead of the East shipment ones, but oh well. So, all right, there's our intro. Everybody got introduced. We talked about a recent item. So, what do we want to talk about today? Do we want to start with Canadians?
Well, I got a quick question. That's. Oh, I was just gonna ask. Speaking of wall space, did those banners I sent you? Did they show up yet?
No, I didn't know they were actually. You never sent me tracking for them.
Classic. Yes, they are on the way to you then.
Awesome. Cool. I'm gonna hang them from the. I'm gonna hang them on the ceiling in my storefront. Because they're like 12 feet long, 4 feet wide, two banners. I don't have any wall space for, so I'm just gonna put them up above on the ceiling.
Nice.
So
yes.
I am gonna try and find the tracksuit, the East German, because right now I'm actually wearing the West German PT short and the PT shorts with them. I actually recently
Imposter.
I'm gonna try and find the East German tracksuit just cause why not? The colors are kind of disgusting, but fuck, I don't care.
Ugly but drippy.
Yeah. So I actually didn't know that they were shipped already. I was still waiting for confirmation on that.
They're shipped. I'm sorry. Not sending you to the tracking. They're on the way.
Okay. How is it selling? Getting surplus in Canada? Is there certain things that you can't get that we get here down here because of imports? I know shipping sucks, but like, how is it different from the United States?
Yeah, no, that's a fair question. There's a lot of similarities. Like, I know a little bit about buying it in the States. Not tons, because I'm not in the States, but I've got a couple of friends who are that do it, like yourself. So you can, like the States, bid on government auctioned lots that are usually it's done online, and then you have to pick it up in person. It'll be sold at the individual base, and you usually don't really know what you're buying. There'll be like one or two blurry photos taken by...
That's how government auctions here. I mean, they give you a manifest, but the manifests are usually wrong here in the States. But
oh yeah, I wish we got that. No, it'll be like a couple of blurry photos. You'll be like, I think there's a sleeping bag and like a pair of boots, and I don't know if that's mold or is that like snow camo. Like usually you don't know, and then you just get like a couple of giant tri-walls. But you got to be able to pick it up, which makes it a little trickier. You can't have a courier pick it up for you, so that makes it tricky. In terms of what sort of items we see, I think it's vastly different from the States. Like I got a lot recently from a different Nevada, Nevada, the state Nevada. I got it from Las Vegas.
Yeah, we're
and
Nevada,
in there was a bunch of OCP stuff, which for people that don't know is multicam, like the new camouflage used by the U.S. military. And you don't see that in Canada.
Really?
We don't use multicam, obviously, but you don't see the
that.
brand new stuff get surplused.
I didn't know you.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
I didn't know you guys had couldn't get multicam up there. I thought it was just as common as it was
sorry,
here.
we can get multicam, but we can't get anything that's really current issue. Like, it's not multicam, but like our
CPAT.
Digital camouflage, CAD-PAT. You can't get it from the government here. I sell some of it in the store, and it's important. I have like a blurb on my site because I get so many people that say you're breaking the law, and spoiler alert, I'm not.
You can't buy it.
The
government doesn't sell it, but you can't. You can buy. You get it elsewhere. For the short
Yes,
time.
so you can get it legally from people who are authorized to have it and own it themselves, which would be ex-soldiers, service members who bought their uniform. You can get it from them legally. That's fine, but you can't get it from the government. It's written in our federal laws that if you buy it from the government and don't return it to be destroyed, that then you're committing a crime. So if you bought it by accident from the government, like you bought a box full of boots and you found a CAD-PAT helmet cover in there, if you don't return that, I think it's like, I don't want to speak out of turn, but it was like tens of thousands of dollars in terms of fine and like potential prison time. So like, it's a big no-no. So it's really hard to get here.
God, that's stupid.
But we see it sometimes, but not too often. That's like our biggest obstacle, because a lot of people think, oh, Canada, that's so cool. You guys have the Relish cam. I'd love to pick it up. And it's like, I get it a couple times a year in like one or two sizes if I'm lucky, because I can only get it, from the odd guy who's like, yeah, I'm out of the army. I was cleaning out my closet and I forgot I had my uniform that was here that I paid for on discharge. I'll, sell it to you, and then usually your margin is very small, and so it can't be too cheap, unfortunately. I'd love to sell it for like $20 a uniform, but that's just not realistic.
Everybody would love to sell their stuff cheaper.
Speaking of Canadian surplus, what would it look like to get me an LBM?
An LBM.
Low burden, The gas mask, like the current issue Canadian mask.
Like
You
the
have to break onto
C4,
a
did
military
they?
base for that. No, they don't. They're transitioning out of the C4. I have a C4. I actually have a variant of a C4, but
Okay, I was gonna say a C4 is still hard to get, but doable. But whatever they're moving to, yeah, there's. I wish, but
I saw
I
one
haven't
on,
seen a single one.
It's gonna be a couple years. To
Hero Outdoors for a week. It was up there for a week and then it disappeared. I
Oh.
was fucking
Oh.
almost
I-
spent $500 on it.
Jesus, and let me say something as Misty, not as Misty Mountain Supply, but as the individual. Be a little cautious. Like, I don't like to talk too much crap, but be cautious with them. They do a lot of drop shipping on a lot of items, so do call ahead if you order from them to make sure they actually have it. Because sometimes they'll list something and you'll buy it, and like 3 weeks later, it still won't be shipped, and you'll call and say, "Hey, just wondering about this," and they'll go, "Oh yeah, it's on its way from China right now." You go, "What the fuck?"
Fuck yeah.
And you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
I try to do drop
But
shipping.
they get some cool
I'll
stuff.
check them every now and then. They've got like the PDFD, like small ass gas masks that they have tons of.
Yeah, I got one of them right
Yeah.
here. By the way, Saluc, I need to get a bigger size for my PDFD. Luke Goblin's getting very, very tiny in the head. So,
you
of
just
these-
you just gotta stretch it.
is there a way to stretch it?
Stretch the size 0.
Yeah, put it over a watermelon.
I don't want to break
Dude.
it. I paid enough money for it, but dude,
I can put it on
Yeah,
if I had it on me. It's somewhere in here.
no, we'll figure it out eventually.
We can start a GoFundMe page to get him a new one so we can stretch it.
Yes.
No, it's just a little tight, and I need to do another Luke Goblin video soon. He's gonna make a return very shortly. But it's just kind of hurts my head when I wear it. Luckily, I shave my head so I can actually wear stuff that's a little bit more comfortable. But shit,
Yeah, how do you
You
wear
know.
masks and stuff with a big old beard? Like that is
it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
You just gotta ignore that you can't breathe. Actually, it's not too
Anyways.
bad.
Just breathe
So,
good, Lamau.
honestly, I only
just
have
breathe
really
gooder.
I only have really cheap, crappy
Good.
com block masks. I don't have anything nice like Mira, any of these collectors over here. I don't have any of that shit.
OM90 is cooler than the
I don't
CM7.
have $30 in my
Millenniums.
best gas mask, so I do need to get back into gas mask collecting. And honestly, it's difficult for me to get in my store. Just like I have one check M10, I haven't even enlisted yet, and that's about all I can get. And because gas pass, honestly, I don't deal with them too much just because Saluc does that. But I do need to maybe try and get some more eventually.
They've been a pain in the ass,
Gas
these tourists.
Yeah, I bet.
Is helmet collecting.
Yeah, helmets are the other thing. I actually recently got a lot more helmets in the last 2 weeks. And then I was like, why aren't these helmets selling? Oh, it's because I didn't list them. I didn't fucking list half the helmets I got in. It's like,
That'll
Jesus.
do
Oh,
it.
I recently got this, it's a, fuck. You guys would probably be best at identifying this because I don't know shit about helmets. I got a riot helmet off proxy bid.
Riot helmets, it can be kind of hard to figure out.
To me, it looks. Fucking. I'm a boomer. Alright, there we go.
Oh shit! Somebody was getting that looks just like the one
So-
that Kruski is about
From
to list.
Cruz, yeah. I mean, it's like a Pascat shape, but I don't know if it actually is without
The
seeing
liner
the
is
label. 'cause it's
definitely
black.
not. That
But
liner
that's-
is definitely not Pascal.
No,
That's the
liner's
thing is, it kind of looks. It looks like it was like spray painted almost. You can see the.
Oh, is
the
it
color
brown
coming
underneath?
through here. It is. It's like a browny green.
You know what?
I'm
Is
thinking
there a
the
tag
same
in it
thing.
or no?
I'm thinking the same thing. That might be a Pascal.
There's a marking there.
That's just a lot
um,
number. So
Yeah, because I know the LWH is very similar to a Pascat, but it's more modern and it has a different suspension system inside. So, and they still make them like they're like relatively new. So maybe.
you'll have to share some pictures, and we can figure this up off of the podcast. That is pretty
Yeah, but that's
what'd you get
slick,
for it?
man.
What'd you get for it?
Yeah,
If you
I
don't-
paid way too much for it. So.
Probably, yeah.
But-
Yeah, but it's cool as hell, so it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's literally my favorite helmet right at the moment.
Cool.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
It came with a cover for the visor too.
Oh.
Ooh, keep it from getting scratched.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I
Can't wait to see it in your
been keeping it
TikToks.
on. It's been great.
Also, I haven't been seeing any of your TikToks show up in my feed at all. Like,
I haven't been posting.
oh well, that would be why. Okay,
To be
that's
honest.
fair. That's fair enough. I understand how it is when you move. Trust me, I was slow when I moved. What was one of the other topics we talked about last time we recorded this? Do you remember?
Cannible Hamsters. I still fucking have nightmares.
Oh god. Okay, I
still have goddamn nightmares about that.
we were talking about animals.
That was a lot.
Okay, we were talking about animals in the last podcast, right? I don't remember
I'm
how we
strapping
got
in
onto
for
it, but
this.
we started talking about hamsters.
You traumatized
No,
us.
you guys
no one else was
started.
talking about
You
it.
guys started. I finished.
Yes, you
I
did.
tried to look into this afterwards, and I feel glad.
Yeah.
So
don't
I
know
have
if
to
you're
tell
in
the story now
doing
because
your
I
hamsters,
told
whatever,
everybody.
just leave me with
Wait,
it.
is it like a clay animation?
No, it's real. That's the problem. It's fucking real.
Okay, if
What?
this gets
Oh no.
so, I was
Well,
in
people
middle school.
farm hamsters.
So I was in
I don't wanna
I
hear
think
it, it's so
elementary
sad.
or middle school, and I had a couple gerbils with my brothers, and they died. So we went to PetSmart, and we're like, "Hey, I want to get hamsters. I want to get 2 hamsters, and I want them both to be boys, so we don't have any babies." Okay, we spent like 30 minutes looking through and picking them up. The guy would like wiggle their little thingy to see what they would do. Then he gave it to us. I don't think that guy even worked there. Is the sad part. Thinking
Right.
back to it now, as my adolescent brain didn't understand what was he was doing there. Anyway, we get home. About a month later, we have a litter of babies. So there's obviously something wrong here. But we're just like, well, fuck it. We bought a nice big container, all these little tubes and stuff, containers and stuff. And I was not the best caretaker as a probably I think I was 8 or 9 years old, maybe 10. I really don't remember. My younger days just kind of blurred together. I think I might have Alzheimer's. Anyway, so I don't think I took care of them or fed them enough. And when they had babies, I took the original father and put him in a different container, and he lived for a long time. He was happy. He got to play out all the time, but he never interacted or lived with the other hamsters because I heard dads may eat the babies. So I put him away. And then I realized, man, I'd never really kept track of how many I had, and I realized I have way more than I thought I did. And then I realized, oh, they're still breeding. They're inbreeding with each other like little cousins in the South. And I just didn't think much of it. I still wasn't feeding them enough. I don't think I fed them at all. And then I remember there was this mother, she had 2 babies, and they had very distinct colors. And I was kind of rooting for them between all the others. And then I realized, I don't think I've ever been getting rid of the bodies. Because I'm sure some of these have died, because this has been like a couple years in this now. And there's obviously ones that are missing that I don't know where they went. And then one day I come in, and those 2 babies, they're side by side, and the mother's in front of them sideways on her back. They're fucking eating her. They were eating their own mother, who I don't know if she died or if they killed her. And then I realized what was happening. Not only are this colony of probably about 50 hamsters now was just an inbreeding cesspool of the same genes, but they're also cannibals. They're eating each other. They're eating their own dead. And then I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore. So you know what I did? I released them into the wild.
Eat them.
I released them into the
Like
fucking
a-
outside.
like
I
a
walked
good-
outside,
Gain their power.
put them in front of my porch, and opened the doors and walked inside for an hour. Came back, none of them were there. So
What a-
somewhere in the middle of Missouri, there's a colony of cannibal hamsters still thriving somewhere. So
God.
that was the story I told last time, and retelling it's a little different than the first time, yes, but I was a horrible person. I don't know how I have 2 kids now. I really don't. I have 2 little.
Yeah, you
Gonna
better make
release
sure they
them
stay
in
well
the
fed.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Like, it's good no one can see my face under here because holy fuck, the whole time I've just mouthed agape. Hearing it the
Yeah.
second time, I've heard this story before, and it hits the same. It doesn't get easier.
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
hitting this
so
pretty
bad.
hard because this is horrific.
I feel so bad after now, like because I was so young, I really didn't understand much of what was going on, and now I just look back, I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with me?
Last time I heard this, I apparently was too tired to figure out what was going on, but now I've, like, it wrapped around my brain.
Yeah, the horror.
Jesus.
So, yeah,
I had
so-
to listen to it and actually understand it. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer the story of you making landmines.
We're not going to talk about that yet. So let's let somebody else
What?
have a story.
What? I gotta go. I can't be seen here anymore.
Oh, really?
He's gone. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, there's a funny little story for you guys. If you ever go back in time, go to PetSmart and fire that employee. Because apparently, because there's nothing you can do to stop me from creating any pets I have into cannibals, but you can stop that guy from giving me 2 boy hamsters. So.
I don't think he was an employee like you said.
I don't think they were
I
boy
don't-
hamsters either.
No. I don't know.
There's so much wrong with it.
They
So
just
there's-
reproduce like bacteria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Meiosis.
Don't let
Yeah,
your
like-
kid in elementary school who doesn't know jack shit about taking care of anything run an entire colony of hamsters without teaching him anything. I think the real issue here is my parents. Let's be honest here. Love you guys, but Jesus, I don't know how I got away with that. And I don't think they even know that happened. I think I kept
I would
it
keep
on.
it that way. I would take that to my grave if I'm gonna be honest. If I'm gonna be honest with
well,
you.
it's-
I would never tell her.
All right, we need something to talk. I had to tell the story because everybody just heard about this. Me telling the story, so we need to change the topic now.
Oh man.
Fuck.
Whoa.
Happier topic.
Hey, shit. I don't know. Anybody got any ideas? Should we talk about import laws? Should we talk about shootings of people mowing their yards? Salk, do
Yeah,
you
mow
have
your
anything?
lawn, otherwise they'll kill you, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Shot.
We were talking
That
about.
sounds like a good thing.
So,
Mow or die.
there's a guy in Texas. Hey, Hayden, why don't you go ahead and tell the story? You live in Texas.
I don't know the whole story. I just know a guy refused to mow his lawn and police showed up because of it. I don't know what, like, I guess the neighbors called the police or something. I don't know. And it escalated to a SWAT team showing up, and the man, I guess, was protecting his property?
I,
have no
Protecting
idea.
his overgrown lawn and
If anybody's-
biodiversity.
to the audience,
Like, the dude did not like the SWAT team trifling and stomping on his little Amazon and opened fire on the officers.
and if you open
and
fire on
I'm not
officers,
laughing.
Rightfully, because of that, the cops fired back. He got clapped, folded like an omelet, and that was in the story. Just because
he went
didn't
in the forever
mow-
box.
he didn't fucking mow his lawn. Like, I don't understand how it leads to that.
If
Clean
I
your
mean,
room, your lawn, or die.
so what
Simple.
you're saying? We were talking about this before. We're gonna create a shirt, and it's the come and take it, but it says come on my yard, lawn, whatever it is.
Come in my yard.
Oh my
If you come in my yard, I will kill you. Do not come in my yard. you
Or
and me.
you.
There will be a
Oh.
SWAT team involved if you come in my yard.
There's
I
no
swear
SWAT
to
team.
God.
That's just a fucking
And they
hearse.
better get here fast because if they don't, you're fucking done. And not like that. You're done. Eradicated. There will be no coming in my yard. No one will coom in my yard.
Oh my god!
Don't fucking do it.
You're not gonna be able to call the SWAT team. Just call the hearse. God damn.
Yes.
I think you just need a trespassing sign, like a no trespassing sign. That would just help.
I'll just
That might be
trespass
better.
right.
I don't know. I think we
come.
should get that on a sign.
This
put
is.
it,
I'm
like,
gonna. Okay, fuck it. I'm
no-
gonna make
no-
a sticker that just
no
don't
coming
come in
from
my
this
yard.
Do not inseminate my lawn. I'll cry. I'll cry. I wouldn't even know what to do. I don't even know what the fuck I would do. But don't fucking do it.
Oh.
Let's not find
I'll
out.
cry.
Oh.
Oh.
Alright, we are losing our minds because someone said come in. And
Yeah,
Yard.
I mean, come on, we're all.
how
Guys.
mature are we?
I'm coming. I'm coming.
We're all at least 12.
Yeah, we're all boys. That's what the issue is here.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
heavy.
yeah, that's
I think my helmet's squeezing my brain right now. It's on
That's
too
probably
tight.
it. Maybe you
It
should.
must be what it is.
God.
I'll loosen that off a little bit. There
Anyway,
we go.
Salk, anything new? I heard you've been moving, but honestly, I haven't heard anything about like what's going on with you. Probably because you're not doing any TikToks. But anything new going on, so we can change the subject.
Yes. No more come.
There was this one guy, and he was like getting really close to my lawn. And I don't know. I told him to go away.
Oh,
And then he
sorry.
came all over the lawn. But,
God damn it!
How
That's-
about we stop talking about our lawns?
It'd come.
but
I'm drinking this. I mean, come on, people.
I'm-
Come
The
on.
lawn chalice.
That's
The lawn
not
chalice.
lawn.
Don't don't come in Misty's lawn. Come in my glass. God damn it!
Oh god.
I can't say
He's
that.
got a
You've
yard.
all
a
seen
yard
Indiana
full of
Jones,
things.
right? You remember that?
Yes.
Like part in the movie where I don't know which movie it is, but there's like a whole room of chalices. You gotta pick the right one.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Come on.
You know where this is going, right?
The fucking Holy
I'm
Grail,
strapping
dude.
in.
It's the search for the Holy
Eternal
Grail. How can you get
life
this
in
wrong?
me.
It's literally
It's
about the
eternal
Holy
life.
God.
Only
Oh.
one of them are milk. That's all I'm saying. Only one cup is milk.
Oh god.
Oh my god. This just went
Choose
0 to
your own
100 real quick.
perish.
Don't come in my
Back
yard.
to a more professional,
Yeah.
I guess,
Oh.
podcast.
So, Misty, I
I am mature.
want you to tell me a story.
Yeah, we're all mature adults. here.
First off, I want
Once
you
upon a
and
time.
Saluk to both tell me
In
the
a
story
land
of
far,
how you
far
guys.
away.
Okay, I want you and
In a
Saluk.
lawn far, far
Saluk.
Talk
Saluk. I want you and Misty to both tell me the story of how you guys got started in this business.
about.
So, Luke, I'll let you go ahead and go first because Misty can't keep his
Yeah.
composure apparently.
Why don't you start while I shut the fuck up?
I bought a GP5 on Amazon
That would do it.
sometime. I paid like $15 for it back when GP5s were $15. Actually, I got ripped off at the time. They were $8 on eBay, but now I'm selling them for $25. So, yeah, I bought a GP5 and started collecting stuff. And then, like, right as COVID hit in 2020, I was like, dude, I can make money off of this. And then I bought like 40 GP7s off some Russian dude on eBay, and he didn't ship them out for a month. So I got a refund, and I was like, fuck this. And then a year later, I decided that I think that was a year later, I decided that I should have another go at it and found another guy in Russia and bought a bunch of GP7s from him.
GP7s are the best.
I
way
sold
to get
on
started.
Amazon for a little bit. I sold on Amazon
Wait,
for a
you
little
sold
bit.
on Amazon?
Don't sell on Amazon.
I've never heard of
Yeah,
this.
that's where I started.
Yeah, never go
I
on
did it
Amazon.
for like a
Big
month.
Amazon fucking sucks.
Actually, also, it is against Amazon's policies to sell surplus on Amazon, so don't even try.
Yeah, I mean, I still see it on there, but I don't know how they get away with it. It's
I
probably
Really?
believe
Is it because
so.
it's a used good already? Is
it's
that
probably
why?
because it's Chinese knockoff
And-
shit. It's not surplus.
Well, so all Amazon is Chinese knockoff shit.
yeah.
Because
much,
I mean that's
yeah,
not
a lot
all
of garbage.
Amazon is. But because you can just drop ship that stuff to your house, go send it off to their distribution, and sell it remotely. Like I've thought about that.
Yeah,
Like buying
not a bad
some.
idea.
Drop
'Cause
shipping
I browse Alibaba all the time for shit.
By the way,
Whether it's
drop shipping sucks. I do not recommend it for surplus. I could recommend you to a couple companies that are actually pretty good at it, but the taxes fucking suck because you have to pay taxes for the state that you're drop shipping from, and then also I think the state that you're shipping to. So it sucks. Don't do drop shipping. It's just not worth it.
I just bought shit. I bought my Riot helmet from China. I don't know where that Riot helmet is at the moment.
I actually
But I
was-
bought.
Kind of cool. Just don't look at the politics side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've found
Yeah.
some surplus supplies from China, but honestly, the amount of information they give me is just way too sketchy. So,
Wait,
Oh,
what's that? What's
yeah.
the Chinese camo, like that gray bluish kind of camo.
the
visually?
stuff the suppliers had was Russian stuff. I don't know anything about Chinese stuff. I've actually tried to get my hands on some North Korean stuff, which I might be able to find some of that soon. But it's expensive for me to get, and it's expensive for me to sell. So I just don't do it because I try to make my stuff affordable. So There's a
That's
guy.
pretty hard to get.
There's a guy I have who actually gets stuff pretty consistently, and he has some metals. They're not very rare, they're not very expensive, but his prices are good. But the thing is, I have like a few bucks of profit when I'm all said and done, so I haven't done it. But it'd be a really cool thing to have, just to have for sale. But anyway, I mean, fuck. One time I was looking at a couple North Korean visor hats for the Air Force General. God, that was a lot of money. I almost bought it. I almost bought it. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. We're talking about China, so continue the story,
China.
Saluc, please.
China. I don't know.
But yeah,
I talked to a bunch of people in China. Look like an idiot to all the people in China.
that's how we all look starting out. That's how we still look. So.
I think my Russian dude's name was Dennis.
Dennis. It's a good name.
Is he a menace?
Denny's?
He was a menace. I ordered like 10 ABEC filters
this
and
guy.
he sent me an inorganic vapor filter.
Yeah, that is this guy. You talked about this guy before.
Doctor!
Yeah.
Yeah,
I tried to
look out for those
contact
guys.
him and then I remembered that Russia doesn't really have access to Facebook at the moment, I don't believe.
Yeah, don't use Facebook. Use WhatsApp. WhatsApp's works.
They're all about Telegram in the East, man.
I use Telegram.
You
I use
got to
Telegram
talk through the
to
vodka
my-
pipe when it's not full. That's what you got to do. The pipeline.
Yeah.
The
I
vodka
guess-
pipe.
Telegram
I
is
use-
based.
Yeah, I use Telegram I use Telegram to talk to my dude obviously my Ukrainian dude, my Czech dude. I use Telegram really frequently.
I don't even know what
actually.
Telegram is.
I
I
should have
thought
got his Telegram.
But-
It's like
Yeah.
a texting app.
It's like WhatsApp.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I use it a lot too for my contacts that are, especially in different time zones, or they live in a part of the world where what you say makes a big difference in your day-to-day life, and so they'd rather just keep everything encrypted.
Mhm.
I'm a big Telegram
Mm.
advocate for sure.
Is it better than WhatsApp in encryption?
Well, it's not owned by China for one, so
Okay,
in
that's
that regard, yeah.
I'll have to look into it then.
President Xi Ping isn't fucking reading all your DMs.
When he,
I call that a plus.
so,
I bet when he gets bored, he will.
Oh, probably.
probably. He'll probably buy it.
Misty Mountain Supply is losing social credit score for this one.
They're gonna come.
Well, I know you can gain it back easily by answering this simple question: is Taiwan a country?
Bing chillin'. That's my answer. My final answer.
Okay, we're gonna get away from
I have
politics.
no idea what being
We're
chillin'
gonna get away
means,
from
but
politics
I like
for
it.
the second because Taiwan's about to go very tits up very quickly. So, Saluc, are you finished with your story? Is there anything else you'd like to add? Tell us about yourself, how you got started. Just
I sell gas masks now.
okay. I do know you
And
recently are going to be getting into surplus. I've been helping you kind of get contacts. So
Yeah.
I'm,
I still need to contact those people.
so
I also need to call the city and get the water bill in my name, but I mean,
there's a lot of stuff you're doing, so don't rush it. You know, take it easy.
yeah.
No matter how long it takes you to get it done, you'll get it done. That's the one thing
Yeah,
I learned
for
of this
sure.
business is just don't rush it. If you're not ready to do it, just don't do it.
Yeah,
'Cause
do it when you're ready. Do it when you can do it right. But I find that interesting. You started with a lot of eBay stuff too, because I started off that way as well.
Fuck, I started on Etsy.
Where my first bit of stuff from Russia, where I contacted an eBay seller and I said, "Hey, I see you're selling like, I don't remember what it would have been back then. The Soviet bandages and maybe it was the PPM 88s and some other units. But I messaged this guy and I said, I see you're selling them. Could you do a better price if I buy like 80 of them at once?" And I, got my broken English back. "Oh yes, my friend, that sounds great." And entered into a business relationship with the guy, and it went pretty good actually. Luckily, everything that I paid for did eventually show up. It took a really long time, but it did. Right up until the invasion, where he ran away with about $10,000 of money.
You ran away
Didn't
with
send
your
anything.
money?
But anyways, it's interesting. We had that sort of similar beginning where we were sort of like really
I
and truly. It
literally
sounds
met
like
this dude on eBay too.
yeah, that's what I mean. But it sounds like we started it both from like the basement and then went out.
I mean, that's how I
Like-
started as well. I started on eBay. Honestly, I hated eBay from the beginning. I hated Etsy from the beginning. It wasn't too long. I actually had my own storefront, but it worked that's how every small business starts out. I think Americana is the only business that didn't start out on eBay, if I think about it.
Yeah, I'd be curious where he got to start because he had kind of a
Well, he talked
meteoric
about
rise after
he
a certain
talked
point.
about it in our last podcast. So if it's been a while, I might actually try and get the clip of that and maybe repost it.
I believe he had a social. I'm not going to obviously speak for him, but if my memory serves correct, he did have a social media prevalence.
Yeah, he was always very great.
A pretty large one.
He started out with just apparel, just funny shirts and whatnot. Went on to
Right.
Frontier and then hiking went to Surplus, and then Surplus just, you know, and he doesn't do the Frontier as much because it really doesn't sell well. The hiking stuff's still pretty cool. The apparel he has he's getting really a lot better at his apparel, but the Surplus is really what blew him up. I really don't think I ever saw him show anything on his like he did eBay or anything. I think it was always his website. Just don't mind me. I'm trying to pull the pin on a grenade.
Oh yeah, hey, let's go together, you and me.
Oh, hold on. This is like the cheap one, and then it's really fucking bent. Oh God.
I've got one of those.
I don't have this. Oh, it is primed actually. I should.
I've
Go
never.
back.
You know you can buy real grenades in the U.S.
Where? Or
You mean like regular Kinder Surprise eggs? Or like
Oh
spicy
shit.
ones?
What's IW? No, it's not IWA. It's
oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Isn't it IWI?
Yeah, IWI, and they're also coming out with a civilian-fired RPG 7 that you can buy soon.
That's dope.
I really want to fucking get one. So
Bless them.
They got some cool
Well,
stuff.
I was so excited. They're actually finally tag products are getting brought to Canada. It's been years of us asking for them,
Tag.
and the Canadian government has finally given permission for them for import. So I'm really excited to get the civilian flashbangs, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we'll get the nice smoke grenades because what we have is pretty much just I'm using these to hold my computer. Enola Gays, and they Enola Gay. I'm not associated with them or affiliated with them.
Yeah.
For concealment, they suck. They're terrible. I'm not a big fan. Like you're gonna be throwing 3 or 4 of those suckers just to cover where you're running. Like they're fun for marking, good for photos, but I don't know, man. I'm pretty disappointed with the performance.
I was thinking
You
about
buy
getting.
flash grenades.
We're gonna get them, yeah. You can buy them in the States already
Yeah,
from
you can.
Tag.
Wait, this is illegal?
Yeah,
Yeah,
How am I just now hearing about this?
dude.
dude.
Fuck, I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up.
Buy a fucking case of them. I think you
I'll
can
send
only
you some
buy them
cool
6 at a time or
I'll
more.
send you a link tomorrow to IWI. They got some cool stuff.
They're probably like $12 to $15 each, like very affordable.
Yeah, but they're normally they're out of stock all the time. So is the issue.
Oh, okay.
I have been thinking about getting dummy grenades in my store. I was actually trying to find a replica maker for East German grenades because I was going to be trying to get East German grenade pouches. But I can't find any, so I think I'm going to actually use this bad boy and design some and make them and sell them. My 3D printer. I'm actually also
That'd be cool.
I'm also in the middle of designing a yeah, let's get this back to focus.
Can you 3D print money?
Fuck, I can 3D print.
Can you
a
3D
gun.
print a 3D printer?
Yes.
I can 3D print a gun, and I have, but
Yes,
it's
actually,
also
you
legal.
can 3D
So,
print a 3D printer.
so I'm trying to
Yeah,
get
like a
this down.
P80 sort of
Can you
deal. Those are
please?
sweet.
3D print a 3D printer.
So I just
You
try to
can.
get, there we go. Actually, I'm actually designing a. So when you come to, let me grab a visor hat as I explain this. So if you ever read on the website 50 Years Under the Red Star by Randall Stewart, he does have a book. I am actually ordering stuff from him soon for my own collection, and one of these days I'm going to carry his book on my website. But he actually discusses how you this is my brother's United States Marine Corps hat. He actually talks about how you should display your visor hat, because when you set it on the on a shelf, the visor actually here is resting and holding up all the weight for all of this section except for this back little point, and it actually damages the visor over time. So and what he says is mannequin heads work, but you don't use styrofoam because styrofoam will deteriorate and actually ruin your hats. You can use like ceramic mannequin heads. They usually work, but they take up a lot of space. And it makes your storage higher. You can use bowls, like you can literally just get a bowl and just set it on there so it sets around the rim. Or he even shows pictures of his dead animals wearing visor hats in his house. I'm actually designing a thing.
The
I'm gonna
hamsters.
Make. The hamsters.
Hamster with a visor.
It always comes back. Do you know how many hamsters you need to hold up a fucking hat? Jesus. You need a
Probably
whole
like
army of them.
13.
I can't let them eat each
yeah,
other
of
if I want
course
the
someone
body to
measured, they know.
stay there. God damn it. Anyway, I'm designing this adjustable stand hat visor, and I'm gonna 3D print them, and I'll probably just give the files out for free. But if you wanted me to build them, so basically what it'll do, it's like basically just like a cone, like the top of the hat. But I'm gonna make it with adjustable, so you can make it to whatever size your hat is. That's actually something I'm working on,
cool.
but I'm not the best when it comes to 3D designing anymore. I used to do it in high school, but then Blender changed everything, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So that's something.
Dude, if you bring him in,
Get really,
Yeah,
I need one.
get really good at
because
that.
I love hats. Visor hats are one of my biggest things I love to carry. I'm actually almost out of those. I need to get more. So yeah,
Stack more hats.
yeah. And honestly, I know everybody who bought them is just letting them sit on a shelf. And for the cheap ones, it's okay. I mean, it's a cheap hat. But when you get to like your high-end collectibles, you don't want it bending because they're older, they're rarer, they're harder to get, they're more expensive. You want to try and keep as much damage. I need to actually do a YouTube video on how to display it, but I need to. That's something that's in the works. I don't even know how I got onto this topic. That's
I'll be
just,
really quick.
yes.
If you ever get really good at 3D modeling, I've asked 5 people to try to make me these. They have all told me they'll try and then never succeeded.
I was actually I got this
little
out
syringes
literally a
for
second
these.
ago to talk to you about them here in a second. But
oh,
Jeez.
is that?
The little
Oh,
syringes
Lord.
for these. These
Ooh.
are insanely rare.
I know the
Yeah,
I know
they
the PLA end of 3 really won't do well there. But my brother has a resin printer, and he's about to move to New Zealand, and I'm probably going to buy the resin printer from him. Those would actually probably
that'd be
work
dope.
for the syringes, because they're smaller. They're with they probably I can't do the squeezing part, but I can do the holder.
No.
Um,
Well, I've got a little like medical droppers that I'm using for the squeezing part. I make like mock ones that don't
Okay.
really look anything close to
I
these.
might be able to help you
But-
out there, but I'm going to need to see one of those in order to get all the measurements and stuff from him.
I'll probably end up sending you one.
Yeah, I actually got this out a minute ago because Hayden today asked when I was getting these in stock, and like a year ago, you and I were working up a bundle on these, and I never actually bought them from you because I ran out of spending.
Oh yeah.
So
I have like a tray of them.
I need to talk to you.
This
here
is
one
one
of
of my
these days.
personal ones. This is I forget what this is.
Is that red?
One
It's
makes
the-
you
the-
smaller.
I'm colorblind. So.
They're redder.
Yeah, this one's not
yeah,
that
it's
bright.
red.
This one's not that bright as that one is. It looks like.
You may so like the people that order through me won't have these in them, because these capsules are actually really rare. If you take the pills, if you like eat the pills out of these, they make you hallucinate.
Well, the stuff that you sell,
Um,
you normally never have any of the medical stuff. It's just the case.
No, I do not include the pills. Now I do have the pills in this kit, but this is because this is my personal kit.
Wow.
I have the pills in all but I believe these 2 and this one.
So what are they supposed to do? The ones that make you hallucinate? Because I'm sure that's not the intended use.
Are they just like out of date, or like why the hallucinations?
I believe I don't want to say I don't think it's
That's something.
it might be phosphorus.
That'd be something cool.
It might be
to look
phosphorus
into.
poisoning medication.
Hmm.
And it's just an unintentional side effect. And my Ukraine guy that used to go and buy these from bunkers with Monopoly money would I mean he'd clean out all the vials and everything. But he told me that these are really rare because drug addicts would break into bunkers and just eat them.
Yeah, I don't have that one in here. I have the this one, but the one you're showing sits here. I don't have that one.
Yeah,
Is
so
that
I
legal to sell?
The pills, no.
No.
The pills, I don't think they're legal to sell because they're drugs.
no,
They're drugs.
they're I mean this is like an antibiotic. It's not really bad. These are like I don't know if they're potassium iodide, but they are like radiation medication.
Let me show this up for you.
These are also antibiotics. I can't remember if it's. I think these might just be general antibiotics. This is an anti-vomiting, and then I forgot what this one is.
But yeah,
No, it's good to know. I actually never knew what any of them were in there.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to actually maybe get some translations done and maybe put a little blog post about this on all of our websites, actually explaining the history behind this. I might actually.
I
include that in
think
my
I
next book.
have. I think I have actually definitions.
So. Yeah,
Here's
the pills in that one. With the cigarette.
Take it.
Like a little cigarette filter.
No, don't take it. That was a joke.
Yeah, that's exactly what they look like. I don't have to pull them out. I just know you. Yeah.
I'd really not touch them. But all right, here we go.
This is gonna get funky. All right, it's time to light up. It's time to light up.
something,
We're
but
all
no.
growing it.
It's time to light up. Oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I'm under 21, but when I am 21, I need to
What?
get a pipe.
Oh, I can hook you up.
Yes.
With them. Missouri has a really good producer of these. I know Americana actually was selling them. I don't know if he still is, but I can get these a couple bucks a piece, like $5 to $8 a piece. So if you really want some of these,
Oh hell yeah.
I also have some really good recommendations for tobacco. I can hook you up with.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah,
that
you
would-
guys,
Okay,
your
that kills
tobacco.
you. By hand.
Look at this.
Instead.
Yeah, and mow your lawn.
Oh yeah, don't forget to mow your
Yeah,
lawn.
don't
That's
forget to
great.
mow your lawn.
Yes.
No, the nice thing is yours aren't covered in shit like this. This is like 90% of the labels on our stuff is "you will die," and I know I will die.
I mean,
that's fine.
American
I'm okay with
stuff
that.
does.
Please.
That's the best part. Is I'll die. I love it.
That's the
I
best
need
part.
to get.
Death is coming inevitably.
You're not
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to use these. You're supposed to.
Yeah,
use
it's
for
never
matches.
tasted better than delicious big tobacco.
This is my box of shit.
Oh, that's
Got
good.
like this old ass Israeli box with all the manuals in it.
Cool.
One of the first gas masks I
I
ever
was
All
sold.
looking
the
at your.
Israeli manuals.
One of the first gas masks I ever sold was an Israeli gas mask in that exact box. And when I sold it, it was to a local guy. He actually comes out and helps me every once in a while. And I realized I overpriced him, like tremendously. So I actually gave him a discount on his next order. And now
How much did you sell it for?
I sold it to him for like 120 for the whole kit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh shit, I fucked you over. I'm sorry. And I gave him. He's like, no, it's dude. I love it. So.
These are the new 4A1 manuals in Arabic, Russian, English. I believe it's Russian. I have no clue. And then some other Cyrillic language.
Well, I'm sure they're in Hebrew too.
Yeah. You've got. This is the blower. My Israeli dude just sends me a bunch of random crap. Like he sent me like 5 of these once.
You actually have a
I've
deal
never
in
bought this
Israel?
system from him. I do. He's on eBay.
I have like a whole list of stuff I've been looking for. There's some guys in Israel who do Israel can get surplus from a lot of different countries without any of the tariffs. So it's really a good place to get a supplier, and the only suppliers I found are brokers that buy it from other people and send it from them, and they're usually overpriced, and you have to put like $10,000 to $15,000 in your first order, in every order. So it's never the price. I'm trying to find a smaller business in Israel like us, even just a single guy who's not a business, to try and find some stuff like AK parts and bayonets and magazines. So
This dude, I know it's not good practice to try to get people to come off of eBay when you're talking to them,
yeah, I know.
but that's what I do.
You might just send me his
Um,
name and see what he has and talk to him.
This guy won't get off eBay, so I don't know why.
That's sad, but it's understandable. It's a tax thing anyway.
Yeah, but
So Misty, I have a question for you. We actually didn't ask.
I might
you
have
how-
an answer.
We actually did not ask you how you got started. We just kind of skipped over you. So tell us actually about how you got started. When did you get started?
That's okay.
What's your plans for the future?
Well, I'll lay it out briefly. Like I first got started with military surplus when I was much younger. I mean, I'm not particularly old now, but when I was a kid.
You're older than everyone else here.
Yeah, my dad would take me to the surplus store. I grew up in Calgary, Alberta, which is going to mean nothing to all of you because you don't know where that is, but that's okay. A few people might know. And there was a store there called Crown Surplus, and it's not the same now, that's for sure. I went back a few years ago, and I was a little disappointed. But they had like I think the tail of a Stuka coming out the front of the building. It set up like a hangar. They had like field artillery in the yard, and they had backpacks, helmets, gas masks, everything. I thought it was the coolest place in the world. I think I rarely ever was able to buy anything, but I thought it was the coolest place ever. And I thought, man, when I'm a bit older, I'd love some of this just to sit on the shelf. I think that'd be so cool. When I was a kid, I thought, oh, I got a French, what is it? Not M51, that's Belgian, but their version of the M1 helmet. My dad gave me one of those as a kid.
The F1.
And I don't know if it was the F1. It was they used it in the
the F1's the police variant.
Whatever it was, it doesn't really matter. But no, it's definitely not the F1 because the F1 was a little later. It was like a transitional thing they used it. But anyways, I had one of those as a kid and I loved it to play army. I thought, oh, this is so much fun. And as I got older and realized that your money doesn't carry you as far as maybe I feel it should, and like I want to do lots of camping and hiking. I'm a really outdoorsy guy. For those of you that have like DM'd me or might actually know me in real life, I love being outdoors. That's like my happy place. And like a new hiking backpack is really expensive, and it's going to be really awesome. It's going to be really light. It probably won't be very durable, but it's going to weigh nothing. It's going to be really comfortable, but it's going to cost you like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and I couldn't do it. So where did I go? I went to the surplus store. I bought myself an Alice pack with a frame, when you could still get those. You know, I bought myself a couple of canteens.
Nowadays,
I got flare gun in case I get into trouble, which was ridiculous even then, but I did it anyways. And then I thought, you know what? This guy who runs it is kind of weird and made me uncomfortable the whole time. I bet you I could do it better. And a few years later, I had a little bit of disposable income, working as a paramedic, way too many hours, and not sleeping nearly enough. And so I thought, you know what? Let's start this up on the side. Let's just throw some money in and see how it goes. And since then, it's been just over a year, and I keep reinvesting all of the proceeds. Like, I've never been paid. I probably should get on that. But
same thing here.
I keep reinvesting all of the profits into keep growing. So we've grown pretty.
And honestly,
in the last
you
year.
haven't been open for you've been open for what, a year and a half total?
Yeah, like probably 15 months.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Because honestly, when I started hearing about you, I saw how much stuff you did on Instagram, which you didn't have a TikTok, which I don't blame you. But I saw how much you did on TikTok.
Not a very good dancer. I'm very elderly and I don't move very well.
Trust me, I'm not a good dancer. You don't have to be a good dancer. You just have to be funny. But I saw your stuff and I'm like, man, I thought you were open for a lot longer.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Yeah, so it's cool stuff. It's always great to hear. I think honestly that's kind of the lost stuff that's happening is in the 90s, 80s. It was surplus stores are huge, and then in the 90s they started to drop off as online marketplaces started to pop up, and then in the early 2000s, especially in 2008 when the big financial crisis hit, a lot of the surplus stores that have been running for decades and decades by older people started closing down, just because they couldn't handle the online marketplaces where people were selling the stuff themselves. And then like the last 10 years, there's been very, very few actual surplus stores. There's been big ones online like Sportsman's Guide and Mike's Militaria. They've been running for quite a long time on the website. But honestly, this last year or two, kind of started in 3 years ago, but the last 2 years ago, all these small businesses run by young guys under 30 years or younger have been getting massively popular. It's just very interesting because they're getting so much more popular than surplus stores themselves, which I don't recommend. I do highly recommend if you have a surplus store, go check it out, because having an actual storefront is a massive difference from running online. Which
I check out my stores all the time.
Yeah, I do both. I have a storefront and I have an online website. But like 99% of my sales, I've had 2 customers in my storefront. They're both people who are selling stuff. Anyway, but it's the interesting thing is how when you look at gun YouTubers like Brandon Herrera, Demolition Ranch, even Donut Operator, and some of the other guys, the way that they've built their community in with each other to have the same people, but they have friendly altercations with each other, and the way that they run their businesses as a community-driven business online is very interesting. And what's really cool is that's happening now with the Militaria collecting and reselling community. So take Americana Pipe Jr. is probably the prime example for this. His following is massive. His customers are all funny. Majority of them are already gun YouTuber community. So like we're kind of halfway connected with that community, and it's starting to like the last year. I've noticed it's starting to form. Different people who buy from different companies. We share we repost each other's stuff all the time. We shout each other out all the time. Just about this last few months, we're actually starting to do videos with each other. In a couple months, I'm going to Wisconsin to Americana's store, and I'm going to be doing an actual collab with them.
Yeah, and in a couple of weeks, I'm going to fucking invade America and take all the SERP for myself.
Nice. Good try.
God.
Good try.
I like you try. I mow my lawn.
Nothing to worry about.
Oh god,
but it's just very interesting to see how much this entire community has grown to the point where we can all have a podcast to each other, and our communities are going to connect, and the people are going to like each other, even if there's going to be some friendly altercations. And even though it's profitly a profit based community, like we're here to make a profit. It's also more about actually bringing affordable surplus to the masses and informing people.
Well, that's
and
the big
fun.
thing that I think binds us. Is we're all in it because we want to get gear that people can afford into their hands. And like, I can't always have the best prices on everything. I do my darndest, just like all of us. We try.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes Saluc has a better deal on gas masks than me, or filters. Sometimes you've got the better deal on whatever. And go buy it from them.
Yeah,
you know.
I can't believe how many people I've sent to you to buy your strips.
Go support these other young guys that want to get this quality equipment in your hands.
Mm-hmm. It's really this whole community, this whole industry is in the middle of a massive change, and it's really cool to be able to see it firsthand and actually be able to document it with our videos. In our community.
How cool is it that we just want to be like, I want you. If you're an outdoor guy, I want you to have a blast. And maybe you get a backpack from me, you get a camo outfit from someone else, you get some boots from someone else. I don't care, but I want you to be able to afford that and be able to get out and do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to be indoctrinated by the mech crowd who are like, if you don't spend $800 on going for a 2-kilometer walk, you're not doing it right. Like, you don't have to spend any money to have some fun. But to have some fun a little more comfortably, you have to spend a little bit.
Military surplus.
You can get a lot of quality with surplus without the cost.
Military surplus opens up so many different subcategories for people to enjoy, from history to just politics and government's history. Collecting certain things, you can have so much fun just trying to do that and finish collections. And then there's the whole point of the utilitarian side of it, is being able to use the items you have, because it's surplus. And this is more the case with surplus, not collectibles, but being able to actually go out and find stuff that's very, very affordable and very, very durable and use it. And then there's the whole side of being drippy and actually enjoying what you look like when you're out in the public. This is mostly the case with Americana Pipe Dream, where he buys his stuff and sells it to make people wear it in public and feel good about themselves. It's a whole.
Hey! I'll say this: I wore this in public for a while because people are going crazy. Like, not to get into a conversation about the coof at all. Like, everyone's got pretty strong opinions about it, but I had a blast being able to wear this in public and not fucking catch looks from people. Like, how crazy is that? And how fun is that? I definitely wore this in public a few times just for shits.
Mm-hmm.
And one lady, she looked at me. She said, "Do you think you need that?" I'm like, "Well, I feel safe. What about you?" And then she, like, there could be a fucking chemical attack and I'd be breathing okay. You know, my skin would blister and I'd probably die anyways, but my face would be fine. How do you feel, lady?
Yeah, it's
When they carry my burnt corpse, my face will look fine.
I'm gonna have an open casket funeral, but it's gonna be like a slit. It's gonna be like this balaclava slit is all you'll see, but it'll look like me.
And
the rest of me will look fucking
and you're just
horrible.
standing there just like,
yeah. I'm not crazy. I'm really fun.
Really fun.
Yeah, come on, lady, just let loose a little.
It's something. That's what it is for sure. I love it.
Well,
I'm having fun with it. So
that's something that I see in my community. I mean, obviously, there's people that collect gas masks.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of those people are also like, yeah, I want a World War II mask. You can't buy World War II surplus in bulk, believe it or not.
Yeah, believe it or not, it's
every
dried up
single
like
day
100
I
years ago.
tell people I can't buy this stuff. Okay, I mean I could, but I'm not going to make a profit, and I don't want to sell stuff that's overpriced. if I can help it. So
I mean, my Z56 are 1957, which is kind of close.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
Saluc, I have a World War I gas mask for sale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
I might have to check it out. The thing is that I don't.
Greg has
I
actually
don't
called
jag
dibs,
for it.
and then Hayden's called second dibs. And if neither of them bought it, I was going to tell you about it. But I'm pretty sure they're going to buy it. It's a co-assignment deal from a local pawn
That's
shop.
fine, then.
So
He's
I
threatened
don't
to beat my family. I buy it.
You
I
know,
don't know
I
why
have
you're laughing. I'm being serious. I feel.
a screwdriver somewhere over here, so.
Now he's threatening me.
He's gonna stab you with a screwdriver. Crazy.
but let's be honest,
Yeah,
Greg's
dude.
going to buy it. I just need to go to the pawn shop and pick it up. So
Well, but for those of you who are looking for the real old stuff, now we don't see it very often, but Covey is
Like-
getting a couple of World War II Canadian Civil Defense gas masks in pretty soon that I sourced for him. So
unfortunately, I
if
have
you're into the really old stuff, there you go.
actually I have somebody who wants to buy them from me wholesale. So I may not have them for sale. But we'll
How
see.
many?
5.
5.
In the original boxes with the instruction manual dated October 1942.
These are the white mask with the black
Good
filters
shit.
from 1942. So
Yeah, they're built in the filters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can inhale the asbestos and the chromium and the charcoal.
You're not wearing them. Nobody's wearing them.
Yeah, don't wear them.
You can't stop me.
Fair.
You can't stop me.
Fair enough.
I would like to, but I can't. Yes.
But yeah, I'll get them in soon. I gotta let the other guy know because he had first dibs on.
You know what's cooler than sourcing gas masks?
Because
Is sourcing number 4 Mark once.
Actually, I don't think I own a single gas mask except for these. Oh yeah, I have the APEC filter. That's safe. That's it. But no,
I own a couple gas masks.
this guy who wants to buy from me wholesale, he's actually just like us. He just started out. Like he had his eBay open a couple months ago. And he's
Oh, good
pretty
for him.
So I'm like, I keep trying to give him like, hey, I got plenty of stuff for wholesale. I want to see you grow. And then this, I'm like, I know you love Canadian gas masks because he's shown a couple off on his TikTok, and he likes the gas masks. So I'm like, I have to give him the offer. So because he's a kid. He's one of us. So he's gonna be us in a couple of years. So I wanna see. There's so many other small businesses that like in the last month I've noticed. There's an Odessa Supply Company. There's the I'm gonna butcher this, but there's the Loic Supply Company in Ireland who does surplus, and then there's this guy I'm talking about now is Southern Gas Mask Collector. I don't quite know what his eBay is. But there's new people popping up. Like it's not just us. It's growing, and I'm seeing it happen. I know that they're going to have a hard time getting growing, but I'm giving them every single chance I can get to learn because it's not just about us making profit and being the only ones out here doing this. This is about this is a community thing. It's more about people enjoy. Yeah. I mean, yes, I did just
Totally.
I need to actually raise my prices because I'm going to start losing profit soon. But it's more about the way we treat our customers and the way we treat
It's
the
about
community.
family.
So it's about family. Yeah, I mean, I call all you guys my brother.
Is it Tulip getting those gas masks?
Is it who?
Was it?
You know, Black Tulip in the
Oh.
Discord is that him?
No,
Getting the
I'm not
gas
talking
masks?
about him. I mean, he does private sales, but he doesn't have a storefront. I think he has an eBay. Honestly, I could see him easily setting up his own entire store. And honestly, I've offered to hire him, but I'm gonna hire Butch first. So maybe we'll see about that. So I need my nicotine. You guys, Hayden, actually, you haven't been allowed to talk too much. Tell us about how you got started in collecting.
Peak.
I think I saw a cool gas mask on Sportsman Guide, and I had money. I'm like, you know what? I make enough money. I'm gonna make a dumb purchase, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I bought a French gas mask with a little bag and everything. I'm like, this is pretty cool. It looks cool on my shelf. And then it became an addiction.
Yeah. Yeah, an addiction.
I fucking love that. Misty, you should get a PMK4.
I want a PMK4.
PMK4. Do you have some?
I have one.
Dibs.
Oh, what size?
I was.
That's a size 1, isn't it?
No, it's a size 2.
DM me.
Actually, I can't afford it right now. So.
Because
$60.
$60. Fuck.
I nearly got.
Fuck.
I nearly got
eBay.
scammed
Where's
on
e-
eBay.
Where's
for
where's
this.
PayPal? Where's PayPal?
yeah.
$5. Oh god. I was actually gonna get some in stock. My Ukrainian dude found some on some. I don't know. He sent me the link, and the direct translation of the link was like plumbing supply. He found kits. I believe they were like $200 for like a full kit with the tint.
I don't
I
know
think
what
it was
those
like
cost.
a black,
I'm
a
sorry.
green.
Wow.
What are
This
those-
one
Yeah,
only cost me
definitely,
$100 because
How much? What do they normally go for on the market?
I'll give you
Yeah, yeah,
101.
102.
Are you still talking? We can't hear you.
I
I'll give you
believe.
$105 in a Subway sandwich.
Shit, dude, I might have to do that. They're no longer $5 footlongs.
$5 footlongs and come in the yard.
Don't ever talk about that again.
I'm dropping that.
Oh my god.
That'll be a shirt. It'll be a white T-shirt. It'll just be black text that says "Come in the yard."
You
Don't
can
come
make
in
that
the-
company. Yeah, to
come
be
in the
honest, I
yard.
think they'll sell like the milk
Americana,
shirts,
if you're
Americana
watching
hat.
this, I really request that you make this a new shirt in your apparel store.
Patent it real quick. You can make the
Oh
profits.
god.
Oh, it's got a little protector too. Nice.
Yeah, so this is actually a voice diaphragm of like
That's
the
what I figured.
all the way
Like
back to the
the
GP7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's these are extremely mid masks compared to modern masks, but they're really cool. They come with a rubber head harness. This is my own 6-point Millennium head harness that I put on here because I don't like the rubber one. They're
Yeah.
still GOST threaded. They've got a
Okay.
special drinking system. My PMG's right here.
Yeah. Is that the
I
same
have all
like
these packed
diaphragm?
in. Oh, here, look. Here's my GP21 too,
Hey, brother.
and my Z56.
Yeah, I
These
want
are
that.
Cool.
I want
My
one
friend
of those
broke this.
really damn bad. I need to talk to Brett about sourcing them because they're East German gas masks, and I do so much East German stuff. I need them.
I don't think Brett has any more. He works with the fire department, and he got them like literally out of a German civil defense bunker.
That's fucking cool. I mean, he has a lot of
Wow.
strict on stuff I've seen that I really need to try and find more of. So,
Dude, I need to talk about general surplus with him because he has been so amazing. I mean, he gave me shit. I don't think I have it packed. I think it's at my house, but
hey, Misty. Misty,
he gave me like a whole on like impregnated charcoal has suit and all the cool
That's
stuff.
cool. We should all.
All for free because Brett's cool.
We should. Yeah, we should all talk to him. I'm sure we could do a bundle deal. All
Yeah,
together.
yeah. Someone needs to make an introduction for me. Holy smokes.
Yeah, Brett's awesome. I wish. I don't know. I'd hope that he gets more. I got a ton of what are those? Oh, phone died.
Man, I wish those Russian gas masks were safe. They look super cool.
I mean, you
Well,
can get
the
you can
masks
get the lung
themselves are
cancer.
safe, we should say.
Yeah,
The masks are safe. It's the filter you got to look out for, but
That's the
I
cool
will
thing.
say this. So this is an FP5 filter.
Mhm.
It's 40mm NATO, but it will thread to GOST masks. It's not meant to. It just happens to, and will actually form a seal. Like I've tested this on every mask we have in the store, and I have a couple of them left. I'm almost out, and I probably can't get a restock of these filters, but they're still up, and they're only $10 or $12 Canadian each. They're
So,
pretty
yeah.
cheap.
To the audience,
Yeah,
if
how'd
you
you
want them,
test
go
it?
check them out.
Did you like
Like-
fart and then like see yourself through the mask or something? How do you test that?
Well, I mean, as a paramedic, we had issued masks that we'd have to like get a fit test and check the seal for that we used pretty regularly. Whether it was for like people with infectious diseases or with we did a lot of calls attached to the fire department too, where the fumes are horrifying. Anyways, but to do a fit check, you would wear the mask, obviously tighten your straps depending on what kind of system you use. You have to be clean shaven. A little spoiler alert, I've got some gross stuff going, and so in theory, you'll still get particles. Like something like tuberculosis is really small. If it, like you have a hair on your chin, the virus itself is actually smaller than the width of the hair, it can still get in. Theory, you should be clean shaven, but You apply your mask, tighten it up, and you cover your one intake, in theory. And then you take a deep breath in, and if the mask sucks to your face, you have a seal. You're good to go. That's your negative pressure check. So, and then your positive would be you cover it and you blow, and the mask should move away from your face and fog up. That's how I check for the seal. Or you could do it with, some people spray like, what's his name? Weapons and Stuff, 93. Liam, he'd spray like a banana scented cleaner or something in a bathroom and see if you could smell it. But you can just do it with the fit check too.
Science, nice.
Yeah, hey, I used to have to take it pretty seriously. Oh, we're going East German? Okay, hang on a sec here. He'll go more East German here. Oh, God.
I need my fucking officer's DDR visor hat. That's what I need. I can
Can you guys hear me pretty good?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, look, he's doing the science. Look
That
at him.
works!
Look at that. Did it work?
I can't breathe.
Or you dead? Yeah, you shouldn't be able to breathe. If you can't breathe, it works.
This is like actually, I only have 3 gas masks. This is one. I have a GMP5, and then some French piece of shit. I need to get more of them.
Well, you can only wear one at a time, so it's fair.
I mean, I'm gonna, yeah.
With that attitude, you.
My head is getting stretched. I can't feel my brain.
Hey, speaking of gas masks, definitely gonna plug myself, because why not, while everyone struggles with their gas masks and technology. I still have GP21s in the store. Only size 1, unfortunately. Check the size chart. Might be surprised that it'll fit you still, because they don't use the Soviet-style sizing. It's actually different, the way that they measure it. They measure it from your jaw to the crown of your head, as well as just around your head. So you might actually fit a size 1 when you don't think.
This is an asbestos-free filter.
Is the one in your hand a size 1?
No, I wear a size 2. I've got a pretty big head. Like my actual head is a 58, 59, and I have a very, I don't know how well it shows, I've got a very prominent jaw. I'm known as Misty the Chin.
New meme coming up, Misty the Chin. Hey, pull your ball up.
Right,
there we go.
No. Do the Spider-Man kiss from Spider-Man 1. Okay, meme time. Everybody meme it up.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh, that's the most misty face I think we've ever seen. Oh. Is Saluc gone?
Yeah, his phone died. He said his laptop wasn't set up, so he can only talk on his phone. So he is dead. Unfortunately, but he's a cool guy. You guys should definitely check him out.
Yeah. While he was talking, actually, I was looking at his website on my phone, and he has got some like screaming deals on gas masks.
Oh
if
yeah,
you guys
he's
are
got
in the
some
States,
pretty good prices.
Check him out.
Especially on filters. If you guys want safe filters to use, he's a really good supplier of them. Use them even on the old stuff. So.
Shockingly good prices.
Backpack.
What was that?
One hiking backpack. He has like one hiking backpack for sale. It's been there forever. I don't know why.
I can
buy it.
Someone should buy it.
Yeah, somebody buy it. I don't know what the price is.
Buy it.
He is going to be getting more into general stuff. Plus, I've been helping him connect with Sturm and some other wholesalers. So soon he finally got the paperwork ready to connect to them. So he's going to be getting more general surplus. I've been pointing him towards bags and canteens and other gear before uniforms and stuff. I've been trying to get him on gear. Just because it's not really, Misty, you got plenty of gear. I got a handful, but there's not really a good carrier of massive amounts of gear. So I was hoping maybe he'd fill that need in the market.
Nope.
You okay there, Misty? You kind of looked like you were.
Yeah, give me 1 sec. I will return.
Okay. Hayden, now that I got you alone.
I want to leave now. Don't even start with that. I've already had enough with cums and lawns and too much.
And hamsters.
And yeah.
Oh, what's the next thing you want to get for your collection? Just question.
Like depending on how much money I have, or
like what's the one thing? Like what's you collect random stuff. Like what's if you were to collect one specific item and complete that collection, what would you want to do? Because right now I'm actually trying to finish my collection of Soviet military excellence badges and and those things. I'm actually just bought a huge bundle of them, and I'm gonna keep the ones I don't have and sell the rest. But what's like the next thing you want to collect more of, specifically?
It's gonna be hard to choose.
Yeah, it is hard to choose. I've been having difficulties choosing myself.
I would love to have some more World War One United States stuff.
Yeah, it's always very difficult to
might.
find.
Honestly, I might just go focus on solely United States on surplus now.
I don't know. This I don't know. I don't know about that.
The M51 jacket I got was just snazzy, and now I got chalky chip stuff coming. Ooh.
Yeah, that's true. Chalky. I think you should finish up an entire Desert Storm uniform with the chalky chip uniform. Get all the gear and stuff.
I'm trying to do an 80s like woodland thing first, so I gotta get jungle boots.
Cool thing is
and
if
all
you
that,
do
and I gotta get past
woodland and chalky chip, half the gear is the same, so you can interconnect with them. I think it's really cool.
That flak vest I have,
Mhm.
like just overchange it. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. By the way, I sold one of those Swiss M71s today.
How much you get for it?
I sold it for 95.
That is very gabagoo right there.
Yeah. Honestly, I wish I could have sold them much cheaper, but you and I traded for them, so
Those are getting really pricey.
They're
I
getting
think
really
like
hard to find.
140, 150, right?
Are they really? I feel like 95 was kind of top of the market for them, but
No, 95 is pretty good. That's still lowball.
well, I have one more for sale. If anybody else watches this wants it, but it is probably going to be sold by the time this video actually gets posted. So
It's a really nice piece for any kitchen. Really
and everybody
nice
right now
front
is
wall.
collecting Swiss Taz 89, and they all need the M71 helmets for them, especially the covers. Those things are so damn cheap, but the helmets are so hard to find. I had two, and I sold one, and I have one left.
So go get it, people.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be sold by the time this is listed. My helmets do not stay in stock for very long at all.
You know where I got it from, right?
I know where you got it from. Yeah, we're not gonna stay on
If you contact them, you might be able to get a wholesale on all of them. Because honestly, I can't really. There's no
I
profit for
can't
me to
afford.
buy
I
it and
can't
then
afford
ship
that
it.
many though, especially at the price I know they're selling it at. If I try, I mean, I could afford a couple at a time, but I got too many orders going. Through
I
right
mean,
now.
if you offer to buy their whole stock, they'll probably take you up on it.
Yeah, I could probably drop them down. I'll have to call them, give them a check, but I'm still waiting to hear about from other companies. I'd rather get their East German stuff first. So.
Gotta get that comp block.
Yeah,
Block.
I've increased my East German
Can we
collection.
not have any
so
more
much.
cum?
Cum block. Oh, that'd be a meme in
Ah!
itself.
I hate it. I hate it.
Cum block.
I do.
And it's just a
I hate it
square,
so much.
and it's just painted white. That's just the picture. Cum block. Oh my gosh. We're degenerates. Yes.
Yeah.
This helmet. Tell us about this helmet, because if somebody likes this, I have something for it, and if somebody likes what I have, he has something. So.
Oh yes. It looks very edgy. I
This is
understand
for sale.
that.
Misty has this for sale.
Yes, this is for sale. Shockingly, no one has bought it yet.
I'm surprised.
Which is shocking. It's in really good shape. The only thing it's missing, so the liner is in good shape. It actually has the guy's name on it. It says cock inside here. Just so everybody knows, this is the cock helmet. But it doesn't have the neck flap
Yeah, those are
for
hard
it.
to find.
That's missing. So you can see where it would hook in. There's these leather tabs here. It's just missing. So what it is, I suppose I'll just keep showing it. During World War II as well, but after World War II, obviously Germany was split in half by the winners. So there's East and West Germany. West Germany also stuck with the style helm design for their firefighters. So they made it out of a slightly different material, and they painted it in glow-in-the-dark paint. And I believe there's a stripe around the rim
Yes, there is.
that's reflective as well. And it's a slightly different liner system. And the East Germans said, if it isn't broke, why fix it? And so they decided, let's just keep making style helms out of like a plasticky, what's it called? Vulcanite, I believe. Is
Honestly,
the
the West
material.
German one that I just sold is more like a plasticky, very lightweight itself too. So I was wondering if this was steel or not. So
No, so it's not. It's like a painted. You can see it's worn off here where it's black.
is it like
It is
aluminum?
plasticky as well. It's quite light. It's
Okay,
not
it's
metal,
not
no.
Yeah, it's not.
The rivets in it, I honestly can't tell. I think they're metal, but I can't tell. There's obviously this little grate that's metal, with a leather liner. But these were issued to their firefighters. There's a photo of them on our Instagram. There's not a lot of pictures, but they're wearing their respirators and everything in their gear. And with the leather neck flap, it would come out and cover their neck, so any embers wouldn't burn their neck. Because I imagine that would feel like shit.
Mm-hmm.
But they kept the iconic Stahlhelm design all the way up until the fall of East Germany, and now the West and the East are combined, obviously, into modern Germany. And I think they use they're very similar to like search and rescue helmets or like BMX helmets is what comes to mind in terms of design. But all the way through from the end of World War II, where they were actually still using some real Stahlhelms, until 1989 was the reunification, I believe.
I can't find this picture you're talking about, but oh well.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll repost it then. Point is, they were using the Stahlhelm design still. So if you want a Stahlhelm that is obviously not ballistic, not that they were ever meant to necessarily be ballistic, because they're steel helmets. They're meant to stop shrapnel and stop you from bumping your head.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want a Stahlhelm for a collection that is affordable,
yeah, what price do you have that at?
Something like this. This is at $150 Canadian.
So about $130 US. Somewhere
even less. I think like 120 or 125 US dollars for this. It's in fantastic shape. It's like I've got a big head, and this has tons of room still, and you could expand the liner to be bigger. Like this would fit someone with like a size 62 head, no problem. Yeah, it's very large.
The West German,
it's in great shape.
Yeah, the West German ones are actually not uncommon. I actually recently found a wholesaler for them, and I'm gonna probably try and get some. I just had one that had the neck gaiter, which is the really rare part, and I just sold it for $95. But an East German one, those ones are actually extremely hard to find. From what I've seen, I may have actually just found a wholesaler for them. But I've yet to contact.
Wow.
I found a company in Ireland who has a surplus store, and I noticed they had these helmets in there, but they don't show any information about how to buy it or what prices. It's like, this is what we got in our store. Come into our store. So I'm going to contact them and see. But these East German firefighter helmets are getting very hard to find. And the other day, I actually got an East German firefighter's dress uniform. So the hat, jacket, and pants. And it's going to get listed on my website. So if you actually are interested in East German Militaria or East German Civil Defense, if you want the firefighters, I'll see if I can post a picture here. If not, you just check it out on my website. I'll see. I don't know what it's going to be priced at. It's going to be expensive. I paid a little too much for it. But if you want the dress uniform and the helmet, there you go. You and me talked about one of us just selling the whole collection, but it just wasn't worth it for us. So, unfortunately.
Yeah, we both have sunk quite a bit into them. I'll see if I can send you the photo just so you have a copy of it too, of the firefighters.
My editor would love that because he hates it when I say I'm going to post a picture here and then I don't supply him with the photo.
There we go. I sent it off to you. They're looking very slick in their respirators. They've got like very cool capey looking uniforms. But yeah, a neat part of their history and cool an inexpensive way to sort of have a Stahlhelm without blowing all of your money. Like I'm seeing M42s, which honestly, like I don't understand myself a lot of the World War II collecting, just because there's so many fakes, and it is so hard to tell unless you have it in your hands, and even then sometimes it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it is. I've lost a lot of money buying fakes.
So
you can still find the finished contract.
This is very much real. I know it's real. No one's making reproductions of these. It's hard enough to find the real things.
It's
but like even a reproduction M42 is going to cost you more than this authentic helmet. So pretty easy choice in my mind if I was going to put one on display. And they look very cool. Yeah. They look very evil, but very cool.
Yeah, and honestly, East German helmets are hard to get. I have one of these. I'm going to have listed tomorrow. Probably be listed by the time this video comes out. This one's my personal one. The coolest thing, and it's probably already sold. I bought this from Mike's Militaria, right? He bought them from Sturm when Sturm actually had them in stock, and when I noticed he had them for sale, I went to Sturm's to see if I could buy some, and they had like 5 left, but I didn't have enough funds to buy them. But Sturm actually got them in the original packaging, in the original crates that they were from when they were built in the factory, And Mike's Military actually
Wow.
has a video of him opening up the crate, and you can see all the helmets still in the packaging. I got this one with the original packaging, and I actually did a video of me taking it out of the packaging and putting it in the display case, and I've only taken it out one time since. There's a single fingerprint that you can still see on it. Style helmets are getting not style helmets, M56 East German helmets are getting very, very expensive because Sturm is not allowed to send them anymore into the United States. The mother company in Germany, I believe, still has them, but because of the massive amount of tariffs and the whole Ukrainian war, everybody's holding onto their helmets, they're not sending any more in for quite some time. So these are rising in price drastically. I sold one of these with a combat cover at an auction for 134, which honestly is a little low in my opinion. I'm about to list another one that's actually an older variant from the 70s, and you can tell by the aging on it. It's in amazing condition. I'm about to get it listed tomorrow. But East German helmets, there's not too many differences. The design really didn't change from M56, the year 56 to when the reunification happened. There's just very slight differences. It's basically the stamp on the inside.
Yeah. Well, and you gotta love, they were way ahead of their time in design too. I mean, look at the shape of the helmet I'm wearing, and look at the M56 in the background, and it's kind of neat. Now, I've got one M56 as well. Who knows if it'll still be up when this video goes up. But to see the evolution of, okay, this is essentially what everyone went off of post-World War II, and they adapted their own version because they didn't have a lot of neck coverage on a lot of them, and they needed a little visor, keep rain and shit out of your eyes.
Honestly, I think
M56 took it the next step. And I mean, most people have ones that look like this now.
Out of all the steel helmets, I think the steel helmet was the best design ever. The interesting thing when you look at the actual history of helmets, you got to remember in World War II there was the Soviets and there was the Allies, and then there was the Russians. They all had the different helmets, the Stahlhelm, the SSH line, and then the AMP1 line. When war was over and Germany was split into two between East and West Germany, at the very beginning, the Soviet, which was in control of East Germany, was like, we need to get rid of all evidence of German design in our military items. At first, of course, this wasn't until the mid-50s when they started thinking about rearming the actual East German military. This is after they rebuilt a lot of the stuff. As people settled down, the war was over. And they had time to actually get settled. In the 1952 and 1956, they started thinking, let's do this. And then immediately there was a massive backlash. No German people wanted to become part of the Soviet military. They wanted to become their own military for their own country because they're Germans. They didn't want to become part of they didn't want to become Soviet soldiers. So what happened is, at the very beginning, there's a massive amount of East German military, looks very similar to Soviet military, and then immediately flip-flops. It goes back. There's some East German uniforms are very, very similar to World War II German stuff, but the Stahlhelm, the M56, is the one thing from 1962 to 1990 when the reunification happened. All the East German stuff was very German in design. Then from 1956 to 1962, everything was very Soviet in design. So you can still see, like when you look at East German uniforms, you can still see some Soviet designs, but for the most part it was German. The M56 is actually the one thing that did not change. They kept the main whole design completely out of it, and it's I think one of the most beautiful mixes of SSH line especially the SSH 68. You can obviously tell that this heavily designed, that massive amount of sloping, but it also still has a lot of the mixes with the Stahlhelms. So that's why it's one of my personally favorite helmets ever.
Yeah, such an iconic cut where it looks like something from space age warfare.
It's
so
also
cool.
Massive ricochet value. I'm surprised they haven't put this in Tarkov. Holy fuck.
Yeah, as long as they hit you in the top of the head, you're probably fine. But I don't know if you've put one on, but they sit really high. This is covering, my brow is covered, the sides of my head is covered.
To be fair,
M56, it's here.
To be fair, the ones I've had were all small line, is smaller than my actual head size, so those makes it sit even higher.
Yeah, you can wear them yarmulke.
But even when you normally wear it, that bottom line right here usually sits just about above your actual eyes. If you look at the pictures of the East German militaria, which editor pistol. You don't actually have to put this in here, but if you look up the uniforms and like parade jackets, those helmets, they're funky. They're cool. But I just love how when you look at the design and history and of this, and you can see, hey, that looks like the Soviet style helmet, but it also looks like the Soviet SSH-40s, and it also looks like the German style helmet. And then you look in the history, it gives you so much about that culture and that specific time and how two cultures are clashing, but it's also at the end of the war and there's politics involved into it. That the history of this one item can give you so much history about so many different cultures and times and governments and stuff. That's why I love this stuff, and that's especially Soviet and Comblock Cold War, because it's just such a mix of different cultures. And I've recently been having a lot of hate mail on one of my Soviet Yushanka videos, and they're all like, "Why would you want to collect this? This is stupid. You, if you go to Soviet Union, you're gonna get beat up, or any of the European, you're gonna get killed. If you come here, we'll kill you." And then there's a lot of people like, "You can't do this. They killed thousands." It's history. Military items, owning military items. Not only, yes, some people buy it too. Basically worships communism, which we don't like. I will, if I found out you doing that, I will not let you buy anything else. But it's about history. It's not about being a communist. So sorry, I just went on a big rant there.
No, I get you.
That's what I love about
and it's
this
so
stuff.
interesting. I sold these. These are the fucking standard. If you're lucky, if you're an unlucky Russian, you're still getting this SSH-68 helmet.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you're getting one of these, and hopefully you're getting a pair of these, and you're getting one of these, so people don't put your ugly mug committing war crimes all over Telegram. But yeah, in this business, I am selling this because I go, this is usable. This looks cool. It's durable. I can do it for a reasonable price for everybody. There's historical value for sure. I'm not doing it because I endorse it. Fuck no. I think communism sucks, but I'm selling East German gear. I think the Russian Federation is a bunch of dickholes, but I'm selling this because it's cool and it works really well.
And it's history.
I think war is bad, but you know what? A lot of cool shit has been made in the name of it, and thankfully a lot of it has been shelved and not used in active conflicts.
And when people
it's
say,
for you to enjoy doing much more peaceful things.
When people say, "Oh, you're collecting history," the history of humans killing each other, it's not just that. It's the history of people trying to protect their own culture and other stuff. And trying to protect their own country, trying to have. I know this is going to get nationalist, but trying to enjoy their own culture, their own nation. It comes down to that's why when U.S. people look at pictures of World War II soldiers wearing their uniforms, they feel a little bit of pride for their country. So it's what history is. That's why we collect it. That's why Hayden has a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna take a little quick restroom break. We'll be back.
Okay, we're actually gonna be closing it off here soon. So what's that? What you got there?
This is a pierogi.
Oh, pierogies! I fucking love those. My wife hates them. I fucking love them.
What?
Yeah, she's
break up with her.
Honestly,
her.
The only way I cook them is just frying them. So and then putting maybe some salt and maybe some having.
Dude, that's controversial.
So.
As a Ukrainian person, that's controversial.
I know it's not the way to make it, but that's how I enjoy it.
You make them in a big batch with your baba, is what you do, and then you freeze them, and then you gotta boil them. Then you take them out. Well, you don't take them out. You do it all in the same pot. You dump out the water. You put a whole bunch of butter in there. You put in some onions. You mix them up. Oh,
I didn't do it quite like that, but I did do it with the butter and the onions.
Dude, oh yeah.
It wasn't too bad, but honestly, I like to fry it. Just I'm sorry, I'm American.
It's a sin. I'll give you a pass, but it's a sin.
To be fair, I've never had it from original people. I didn't even know what fucking country they came from until like this conversation.
What?
So
what? If you ask Europe, where does the pierogi come from? There'll be like 10 countries that tell you we made it first.
Exactly. That's why I didn't know. So I thought it was.
So that's fair.
I knew it was some Eastern country. So.
Dude, if you're ever in Canada, I will make you some delicious scratch pierogies. Potato flour, potatoes, a little bit of cheese.
I think there's a poutine store coming into Nevada, into my town. So
a what? A what store?
Poutine.
Oh my God! They're gentrificating of my culture.
Honestly, I've been trying to get some of our local cafes to make poutine because I fucking love
it's
cheese
delicious.
Goods.
It's fat and carbs and more fat. I love it.
I've never had it. I've wanted to have it, but
What?
cheese curds are getting hard to find in Missouri. They're up in Wisconsin. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna buy 10 bags of it.
Dude, do it. It's amazing.
But I went to I'm like, hey, this is a nice building. I'd like this for my storefront, but they're working on it. I'm gonna go see if they're gonna let it for rent. And like, oh no, this is gonna be a restaurant. I think they're selling. It's gonna be a poutine store. I'm like, and it's
Dude.
across the street from the post office. So when I go to drop off packages, I can go get fat.
Yeah, do it, dude. I've never had bad poutine. I'll be honest.
Yeah. So,
I've had like poutine that I'm a little disappointed, but I've never been like this combination of gravy and fries and
now
hopefully cheese
you
curds
only
and
do
other stuff.
brown gravy, right? You don't do white gravy on poutine.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
If someone's doing that, you should fight them.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I'm afraid these people might do it because white gravy is a thing here, but also brown gravy is a thing here. White gravy
No,
should
no,
only be on
it's
biscuits
just-
and gravy.
it's
That's it. in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, no. it's
Everything
definitely
else
brown
is
gravy.
brown beef gravy.
And those cheese curds, they should
They
like
have to squeak.
when you
Yes.
eat them. If they
Yeah.
don't squeak, they're not cheese curds.
No,
They're
I
something
spent
else.
4 years in Wisconsin. I was a cheese fanatic. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand
Ooh.
cheese.
That's right, the cheese heads.
Yeah, I fucking miss my cheese dealer.
Dude, I'm a big Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, when I go up to my friend's wedding
that's
and
all,
go
I get it.
visit Americana, I'm coming home with a lot of wine, a lot of whiskey, and a lot of cheese.
Dude, bring back some spotted cow. Bring that for me.
Oh,
It's so good.
It is so good.
I've got family that's from there, so I've
I
had
think
a little bit of a
spotted
taste of
cow
it,
is
love
actually
it.
getting a little common around here. I think I've seen it before.
Dude, God bless them.
So,
I wish it was
to-
common up here.
need
I've
to
never
double
seen
check.
it in Canada. I would drink so much of it if I could.
I need to see about the laws about shipping alcohol to you because I make my own mead, but here's it. I've been collecting the parts to make my own moonshine still, and I'm gonna make moonshine, whiskey, rum, tequila, all sorts of stuff. Gin. I love gin. I'm a big gin fanatic.
Let's see. Shipping
Alcohol.
booze to Canada from
'Cause
USA.
I will definitely.
I bet you there's crazy tariffs, just like tobacco. Like, it's so expensive to buy tobacco here. Like,
Probably.
but yeah, and it's almost cheaper to bring it from the States, but you get hit with huge tariffs.
But if I ever do get it set up, I'll probably send you some moonshine, some strong shit that'll knock you on your ass. But
Dude, I would love that.
I also want to experiment. I do have a couple oak bales I need to get settled up for some of my whiskey. I'm just waiting on my friend to tell me how much material he needs for the copper and stainless steel. So
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. I was talking about where you can buy it in Canada. Well, I know I can buy it at the liquor store. God, so stupid. I know it.
we need to just look at the shipping laws.
Why you guys were talking about helmets?
We were talking
I
about
got a
helmets. and
helmet better than any other helmet.
we actually had a really good conversation about helmets. You kind of missed.
Did it involve the helmet the Danish army used in World War II?
No. We were talking about the entire history behind the East German helmets.
I remember you going on a little rant about that.
Last
I don't
time.
know
Yeah, we did it again.
about.
And then
Like-
we're talking about alcohol and making moonshine and poutine and cheese curds and
Oh, this is commercial.
Ooh,
There's a
I've
way to do it.
never
That's all I
had
know.
Poutine.
yeah. I think
try
there's a poutine store opening up. Oh, this guy's sending me lots of pictures. We're working on a trade. This is Guy on. I'm gonna do a little shout
pictures?
out. His name is Red Raven Militaria. He's the one who I got my KGB hat from, my first one. That's on the uniform that I have for sale now. And we're working on a trade. And he's saying he's thinking about opening up his own storefront because he just has so much stuff and he can't sell it. Oh shit! Oh shit! You know what that is?
No, I don't know what you're
Ugh.
talking about.
That's a Soviet Air Force mixture of a political. These things are so fucking cool. Yeah, we were figuring up a trade. He wants one of my East German hats.
Oh, dude,
Ooh.
send them my way.
No,
I always
this-
need more stock.
He's thinking about opening up his own store and selling this stuff because
Oh,
he has too much.
cool.
What is that?
That's I actually just sold one of these. This is a Swedish M26, I believe. And then I'm probably gonna trade him a visor hat. This is a Romanian general's cap that he said has actually been faked with. It's been put together. Still very cool. He's got lots of cool stuff. His Instagram is Red Raven Militaria. I actually have his business card in my pants that I'm not currently wearing because I'm not wearing pants.
Whoa, saucy.
Wait, what happened to the PT shorts?
Oh, you missed that part too.
You
Okay.
took them off?
No, I am still wearing the PT shorts. Honestly, I'm about ready to take off this jacket. Anyway,
Take it off.
we're
Take it
just
off.
okay. I know I had to cut off some probably about 10 minutes before, but we're just about to hit 2 hours of recording. So we're just probably about
Okay.
1 hour and 45 minutes of talking time. My fucking,
Oh,
come on,
yeah.
bitch.
Hey, that's good. I'm getting about ready for bed.
Yeah,
I'm a sleepy
it's
boy.
almost 12:30 here.
Yeah,
Hopefully
have
I
to
didn't fuck up
wait
the.
for it. I'm not
Hopefully I
happy
didn't
with
fuck
that.
up the audio this time.
I swear to God.
I don't want to talk about common yards for a third
And
time.
hamsters.
No, I talked about enough
Hamster.
cum in enough yards for a
Is there-
lifetime.
Is Hayden? Is there anything you want to talk about before we leave? Because I know you didn't get too much talking time. Unfortunately, I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, I've had a fun time just sitting here.
Mhm.
Besides the common yards, that was.
Don't come in my yard.
Keep your cum out of my, you filthy cum out of my yard.
Oh, this is gonna get so nasty memes. I really hope our community fucking just makes their own memes so much.
I
love
hope
it.
they never know of the coming in the yards. I hope they never know.
Oh, I need to
don't
like,
want
I need to like make sure my editor gets this fucking made super quickly so I can make it a meme and they understand why I'm posting memes about coming in yards. Oh, anyway. So yeah, I just got a whole bunch of East German stuff restocked. I'm getting a few more things tomorrow. Flecton, I'm gonna order Flecton my next order. Misty Mountain Supply, and I know you're getting Russian MREs coming soon. You just got a bunch of US stuff in stock. You got anything else coming soon you want to shout out before we call it a night?
Oh, this is upside down. So hard to read Cyrillic. Yeah, so I've got these MREs coming soon with the sponsored video from Oxide, who, regardless if you care about my army surplus, he's got great videos. He's a lot of fun. I also have Gorka suits that are just getting into the country right now. I've got Ratnik summer uniforms that are just getting into the country right now. And I have a couple of Syrian, like Ratnik, but the Syria pattern of the Desert EMR that are coming to Canada hopefully soon. And we'll be doing a restock on our freeze-dried spec pit meals, which are very similar to Mountain House, but we're selling them for like, I don't know, like 35-40% less than Mountain House goes for. So
I got
those will be in at some point, but this other stuff will be in soon. So
some
yeah, stay
great
tuned for
Russian
that shit.
stuff. By the way,
What's on the menu on those Russian MREs?
So for the 24-hour ones, we only have menu number 1, which I wish we had more variety, but honestly, they're delicious. And for these smaller ones, we'll see if it'll focus here. We have a variety of lunches, dinners, and I think we even have some breakfasts that will be coming back as well. And I've got a full breakdown in the website in the store for when those go up that'll explain what each item is, so you'll know. You'll know exactly what you're getting in there.
Probably be better if it's a mystery meat.
Yeah. Hey,
Yes.
yeah. When you look at it, you kind of go, "It's meat. It might be
Yes.
cat. It might be beef.
Might be.
But tastes good. So whatever."
Might be Bosnians. Who knows?
Might be. Well, they're tasty Bosnians.
Shit.
As long as
I
they're
want to mess
tasty.
with the Bosnians. They might put landmines out front of your house. It's not
Yeah, we just gotta eat them
It's
first.
it's just hamster.
And mow
that's
your
all it
lawn.
is. It's just hamster meat.
It's hamster.
No more
Cannibal
hamsters.
hamster.
Oh my god.
You're
That
never
come
gonna
in
be
your
able to
yard.
have a pet hamster ever again.
I
No.
never had a pet hamster, nor do I.
Never will.
I think I'm gonna
Nope.
get
I'm not gonna
another.
allow
I'm gonna get some
any
more.
of my children to have.
Don't. It's wrong. Don't do it. God told you not to do it. He
Ugh.
said, "Don't do that."
I don't think that was God talking. But anyway, by the way, Misty, if you don't share your supplier for Gorkas and Ratniks, I'm gonna drop this in your mailbox.
Dude, the Industrial Revolution has been a terrible mistake and has untold consequences on the human race.
So
I mean,
That is
Yeah,
just this
bees.
cool professor that says that. Yeah, we can talk about that for
Yeah.
sure.
I don't want to cut into your biggest sellers, but Gorkas. I mean, come on, Gorkas. I've had
Yeah.
one Gorka, and it took me for fucking ever to sell it. I got it when they were like $75, and I had to sell it at $125. And I had
Lord,
it for
dude.
forever. Then a guy came in and bought it. I'm like, I should probably double check it. Oh yeah, they're going for $175 by then. So
Yeah.
I have a better idea.
so-
How about you give me your seller? All right.
Hayden, Hayden, no, bad Hayden. Bad Hayden.
How about I do this? I sell you Gorka suits for money.
Do you know what sizes you're getting actually? Because I need one my size. Even if
Yes. I'm getting
big boy.
48, 50, 52, and 54. So I should have something in most people's
54
sizes.
probably, 52 or 54 probably fit me. I know I wear East German G56, but that's slightly different than Soviet, so I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, 52 or
what's the
54
smallest
probably
size?
fit. 48. So I'm like a men's medium, and I wear a 48 free. And I'm
Yeah, I think I wear
5'11".
52. I think that's what my Soviet ones that actually fit me are 52.
Yeah. Well, it depends what kind of fit too. If you want a really baggy fit, then get the 54. But
I
yeah,
am
shoot me a
actually-
DM, and I'll see if I can put one aside for
By the
you.
way, do you know if any of your suppliers have Afghanka sets, uniform parts, anything? Tell the Nishkas the
Yeah,
stripes,
yeah,
the
yeah.
OD stuff.
Shoot me a message later, and
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, I can find something like that
Yep.
for you.
Okay, cool.
Oh, did you get those Polish helmets yet? The
They-
WC-93s?
I hate international shippers.
Yep, that's what
I got it shipped directly from Poland. I paid for 3 days shipping, and on day 11 they handed it over to Canada Post. So
Yeah.
I'm hopefully gonna pick those up tomorrow, and then they'll hit the store not too long
I
afterwards.
remember one time I ordered some stuff
I
from
definitely
Bulgaria,
want one of those.
and it literally left Bulgaria. The guy who I bought it stuff from Bulgaria left him, arrived at my doorstep in 3 days. I didn't
Wow.
I didn't pay any extra shipping. I literally
What
went
did
to the
you
airport,
teleport
flew to my Kansas City, took a day to go to
Those
Kansas
Bulgarians,
City
they got
to
a
meet-
portal gun.
Oh, they definitely do. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, no one knows what they're doing. I
And
forget
the
that
strangest
Bulgaria
thing,
is even a country.
I haven't gotten
For real.
any of that Bulgarian. I've only gotten a couple of those hats. I haven't been able to get any of the uniforms to sell, and I even have them at like $15 off right now. Haven't been able to get them to
Sure.
sell, but
There you go. People who want Bulgarian stuff.
I got lots
These
of
are mad.
Bulgarian stuff for sale right now. On sale, like it's cheaper than I normally sell it. So I want to get more, but I need to make sure I actually sell it first. And I'm the only one in the United States with some of this Bulgarian stuff. But
Load it up. It's
maybe I
sweet
need to
looking.
do more videos on Bulgarian military and get people interested in it. I just love East German so much and Soviet. Bro. Alright, it is 12:30 now. I need to go to sleep. Thank you guys for hanging out. Definitely need to do this again. Probably be a couple months though, because I got other people lined up. Check out Misty Mountain Supply. He's got great stuff in Canada. He's also got, if you're in Canada, he's got great stuff for you. It's not just, you don't have to worry about it if you're in the United States. Check out Saluc Militaria. Unfortunately, he died, so you may not be able to buy his stuff anymore, but check it out. Maybe you can still order stuff and they'll ship it out before the funeral. And then Hayden, check out Hayden's Instagram. I don't think he posts anything on Instagram, but he's a cool dude. Check his stuff out anyway.
At the very least, you can find him in Covey's Discord.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, if you post anything in that Discord, I'll probably buy it.
Yeah, his name is HayHay. He's on there all the time. So give him shit. You know, that's how it is. I am going to go to bed. So yeah.
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 Good
Welcome to
night.
the end of Asbestos episode 2. Yeah.
We did it.
We did it.
We
We
got
only
the
talk-
audio this time.
And we only screamed at each other 3 times. Okay. you
We
guys-
only came in so many yards.
and all right, you guys have a good one. Remember, don't eat too much cosplaying. Hey, do you guys have any outro you want to say?
Mow your lawn, or else.
Good shot.
All right.